Okay, I think it should be going. Is it going? It'd be really cool if it was. Oh, cool. It is. Oh. Okay. Boom. There we go. All right. I think all the names should be good. Okay. Well, let me make sure I've got my chat up. Refresh this puppy here. Hopefully it doesn't kill my YouTube. I gotta make sure that chat's up and good in case people want to say stuff. Aha! Okay, would have fucked up. Let's reload all these puppies. There we go. Okay, let me make sure chat's good again. It is me in chat, right? All right, let me check Kick. Okay, so Kick is good. And then Twitch. Check Twitch. Okay, Twitch is good, but YouTube is giving me a stroke. Is it going? Wah. Is it going? Okay, yeah, it's going. Bro, why is this thing so annoying? Let's remove that. Yeah, do that. Okay. Nice. There we go. Okay. Got all my chats up. Dude, I gotta figure out how to get that shit to not do that anymore. It's really annoying. But I could yap about that all day. Okay, so now that we finally got it going, we're going to go over the what's it fucking called? Take Back America tour event. They had an event about a week and some change ago. And we're gonna Scooby Dooby take a look at that. It's pretty cool. Had some really good debates. My buddy Micah freaking killed it. Andrew and Steven were there as well. I haven't seen theirs, and I've seen clips of Micah's, but from what I've seen, Micah fucking nailed that shit, dude. Okay. And then we're gonna edit this puppy up. But yeah, let's see if we can get through the first event here.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for waiting. Can we give a round of applause? We got our debaters. Thank you. All right, so the style debate, we're going to talk for about 50 minutes, okay? So I'm going to give you guys each about 1 to 2 minutes to open. I like to just jump right into the conversation. So the prompt, again, for you guys who didn't hear it, is there was no Russia hoax. So I know that this is your claim, so we're going to start with you. Give an opener what you kind of mean by that. You can respond, and then we'll just move to an open session. For you guys know, I'm the moderator today. I'm going to be pretty hands-off. There's a couple of things that I will step in on. Number one, if we get too far from the topic, I'm going to rerail us, okay? If we start just talking about, like, I don't know, sugars and fats, we're coming back to the Russia hoax. The second thing I'm going to step in on is if anyone is going into TOS. So if you start slurring, if you start breaching anything, this is live streamed to YouTube right now. I'm going to cut your mic and throw water at you, all right? Don't do it. Third of all, we like some spice, okay? So if you guys are interrupting and fighting and getting feisty, that's fine. But if it's to the point where nobody can hear you, I'm going to step in, tell you guys to stop. I'm going to give the mic to whoever I think didn't quite finish their last thought that I could hear. That's how I'm going to run it, okay? Makes sense? Rules are simple. Andrew, start us off.
Yeah, I think my claim is pretty simple here. I think the exact phrasing I used was that there is no Russia hoax. Conservatives like to bring up the Russia hoax, Russia. And when they say that, what they're trying to invoke is that the investigations into Russia collusion or links between the Trump campaign and the Russian government during the 2016 election, during and after, were predicated on nothing. Like, there was nothing there. It was all a witch hunt to try to get at Trump, try to hurt Trump, which could not be farther from the truth. There were plenty of connections between the Russian government and the Trump campaign. It was a justified investigation. The FBI should have opened the investigation. It should have happened. It did happen. There were convictions, quite a few of them. Unfortunately, Trump pardoned every single person that was convicted, I think. Pretty much all of them, yeah. So none of it stuck. But, yeah, I mean, it's that simple. There is no Russia hoax because there was criminal conduct to investigate. It was investigated. Convictions were acquired, and that's the end of it.
All right. Well, I think this is pretty simple. Yes, Russia interfered in the election, but I think the Mueller report pretty conclusively proved that Trump did not collude. Or, I mean, we even have to define what collusion is, but we could get into that in a second. But pretty conclusively proved that Trump did not collude or criminally conspire with Russia. And honestly, here's the thing. I think this prompt is hilarious, that it's 2026, and we're still talking about this. Democrats love to call Republicans election deniers. This is a form of election denial. So, yeah.
Not that it was...
There's a lot to respond to there. I just, on the meta, real quick, I will say the only reason we're still talking about this is because conservatives have now, especially during the second Trump term, tried to rewrite the entire narrative around the Russia investigation, around the Mueller report, around the whole situation. Had they just let sleeping dogs lie, we wouldn't be doing this.
What was the conclusion of the Mueller report? Just explain that for us for a second.
There was a lot of conclusions of the Mueller report. Are you speaking on Trump specifically?
No, here's the thing. Did they find criminal conspiracy?
With who?
I mean,
There was plenty of people charged with,
No.
conspiracy
Between
against
Trump,
the United
between
States.
Trump and
Between
Russia,
Trump,
your
that's what I thought.
claim was Trump colluding with Russia. Trump,
I don't
Russia,
think I ever,
right?
I don't think I ever said that. I wouldn't say
let's
that because that would be a dumb
let's
claim. That would be a bad
restate
claim.
your. It seems like you're walking back your claim now, but restate
It
it.
seems like I'm walking back my claim.
Restate your claim.
Prompt was there is no Russia hoax.
Okay, and then you
Trump's name's
reworded
not
it,
in there.
but then you reworded it when you started talking about it. You said you mentioned Trump, but if you want to remove Trump,
Trump campaign.
I mean, absolutely, Russia interfered in the election. That's established. But as far as there being collusion
That's actually way farther than most Republicans are willing to go.
or criminal conspiracy, there's no factual basis to even make that claim unless you want to ignore the Mueller report. Do you accept the findings of the Mueller report?
Again, I'm going to ask for the clarification one more time.
Do
You're
you
speaking
accept the findings? Do you accept the findings
You're
of the Mueller
speaking about
report?
Trump, right? Specifically, you want to know whether
Yes,
I
Trump,
think
Trump.
you
Yes,
want to
of
know if
course.
I think Trump colluded with Russia, and you want to know what I think about the Mueller report's claim
It's agnostic on that. It doesn't say he did or didn't. Just that they didn't go far enough. So Andrew should say that he's agnostic on that.
on that topic.
No, not claims. The findings. The findings that caused. There were hundreds of subpoenas. There was millions of dollars. There were 19 different people. There were.
Yeah, I'm curious. What do you think that Mueller's finding was?
There was no criminal conspiracy.
In regards to Trump.
There was no criminal conspiracy.
You think Trump? You think that in the Mueller report?
That's literally what they
Mueller
said. That's literally what
Mueller
it said.
specifically said, "I am not
and it's-
making a judgment." He specifically said,
There it is. The agnostic. That's right.
"I am not saying that he's innocent. I'm not saying he's guilty."
No.
I'm saying nothing."
There was no evidence of criminal conspiracy. And you mentioned other people
That's a
being
little bit-
arrested. Like, nobody was actually arrested for colluding with Russia. They were arrested for tangential crimes like tax crimes, like lying, perjury. Nobody was actually convicted of it. If you can cite a single person that was actually convicted of criminal conspiracy with Russia, I think it'd be great.
Wait, I'm curious. What do you?
Is that true? Is that true? Also, I have broken up with Grok. I used to really like Grok. Oh man, why is my mic so low? Holy shit. Okay, amp that up. Mic check. Whoa. Okay. Hold on, let me see how I sound in my stream. Almost hit the fucking what's it called? Volume button. Almost hit the fucking what's it called?
Claim.
It's agnostic on that. Yo, literally fucking mute, bro. Holy shit. Thank God for the almost hit the fucking what's it called?
Claim.
Yo, literally fucking mute, bro. Yeah, yikes. Okay. All right. So levels up around there. Yeah, that's Gucci. Okay. We're logged back in. Okay. So literally no one can hear a fucking thing that I've been saying. But basically Andrew's saying a bunch of true things. This guy, look how smug he looks. Is gonna be a big dumbhead. I think he is correct though. I don't think that anyone was actually charged with colluding with Russia other than like lying about meeting with Russians. Did people get charged with colluding with Russia in Mueller report? Pretty sure the answer to that is no, though. Yeah. Special counsel, 37 indictments, but none charges for criminal conspiracy. Yeah, between Trump and Russia. Yep. I had to read up on the indictments. What were the indictments? I'm pretty sure it's all going to be just like lying, fraud, shit like that. Yeah, lying, conspiracy to defraud the U.S. Hacking, of course. Conspiracy for obstruction of justice. Yeah, all these like pretty like straightforward things. Just a bunch of people lying, and hacking and shit, but not like conspiracy.
do you think the point? You're right. A lot of people, a lot of the convictions were lying to the FBI. What do you think the point of lying? Why do you think?
No, no, no.
Lying
So
to the
there we
FBI?
go. There we go. You just literally just proved my point. Thank you. Again, thanks.
What is the point of lying to the FBI? Why do you think they were doing that?
I mean, it's none of my
Ruh-roh.
business what they
It's
lied
none of your
about.
business. The answer is to hide the crimes they were being investigated for.
Okay, well, why? So
If
here's
you
the
didn't
thing.
do anything,
so
would you
here's
lie
the
to
thing.
the
Here's the
FBI?
thing.
They're investigating you for
Here's the thing. Listen, if they were lying about things that would lead to proving that Trump had engaged in criminal conspiracy with Russia, then wouldn't Trump be charged for that?
No, they weren't able to find any sufficient
So there we
evidence to
go.
charge him.
There we go. It's over.
Why do you
Why
think
are we
they
even
weren't able
debating
to
this?
find sufficient
Why are we even
evidence to
debating this?
charge him?
It's 2026. Why are we debating
One,
this?
again, my claim was never that Trump did anything specifically.
Okay,
I
well-
wouldn't make that claim. Mueller specifically said in the Mueller report, he's refused to make a determination.
So why
whether or
did
not
you
he
want to
thought Trump
debate
did anything.
this? Why did you want to debate this?
Do you think when we say like Russiagate, do you think we're only talking about Trump and the Russian government? Trump, Putin, that's it.
All right,
That's
what
the
do you
only
want to
connection
talk
we're
about?
making?
You want to talk about the Steve
We're talking
Steele
about his
dossier?
campaign.
You
We're
wanna
talking about his
the
campaign
Steele-
surrogates. We're talking about Paul Manafort. There's all the people around him. That
Okay,
were
well,
colluding
even
Russia.
with the Paul Manafort stuff, yeah, I mean that stuff is super dubious. Shouldn't it? Absolutely
dubious
looks
about
bad on paper. It looks bad. I mean, I'm not gonna,
okay,
I'm
okay,
not
I
gonna
got you.
say that it doesn't. It absolutely looks ridiculous. The meeting in Trump Tower, all of it. But here's the thing.
It just looks really bad, guys. It just looks bad. Like, oh, dude, I like. Look, I know I'm like half naked in bed with your girlfriend, okay? And I'm like in my briefs, but like, dude, it just looks bad. It's not what it looks like, I swear.
None of it proved criminal conspiracy. That's your claim. It had. I mean,
That wasn't
when
my
I
claim.
was like,
I'm
he
curious,
actually wants to
what is-
debate this.
what is my
Mueller
claim?
report? I could just sit here and say Mueller report for an hour, and I'd be right.
Why would
the
you
whole
be right?
time.
Mueller specifically made no finding as to whether or
No,
not
he
Trump did anything wrong.
Again, he found no criminal conspiracy. That's the standard that had the report. I mean,
Why did
it
he
had to
say
be,
Mueller? This is the thing. Let's just test. Let's see if you have read the Mueller report. He specifically did say I can't make a finding whether or not he did anything wrong.
well, now you just took it back. You just took back what you said.
I never said Trump did anything wrong. Okay, here we go. I'm going to say it one more time. I never said
True.
Trump did anything wrong. There was never enough evidence to charge him with a crime. I think he should have been charged with obstruction of justice. But Mueller decided not to because he didn't think he could get a conviction. Maybe he didn't think he could meet all the elements of obstruction. That's fine. What did Mueller say in the Mueller report was the primary reason that he couldn't gather enough evidence to make a charging decision on Trump?
Again, that's not what your claim is.
You don't
Your
know
claim-
what my fucking claim is. You have no idea. You've demonstrated that 15 times. You don't have a clue what my claim is.
Brother, your claim is there was no Russia hoax, right? I said that Russia interfered in the election. I brought up the Mueller report. You just conceded two different things. That number one, nobody was actually charged for criminal conspiracy. And number two, that Mueller report reported no findings of criminal conspiracy. And now you're trying to rewrite history in real time,
be clear-
acting as though none of this actually happened for the last.
To be
I guess,
clear,
what,
one
10 minutes?
of his
He's doing really good on the optics. Hope Andrew catches him on that.
Goober campaign surrogates was actually was charged with conspiracy against the United States. Yes,
criminal conspiracy in relation to
Conspiracy
colluding with
against the
Russia.
United States is a criminal
Colluding
charge.
with Russia. Colluding with Russia.
I actually don't remember why he was charged.
Okay.
Why is it? I'm gonna keep asking. Maybe I'll just ask this question for 45 minutes. Why is it that all of them? Why were they all charged with lying to the FBI? Why did they all keep lying to the FBI over and over and over? Why do that if you didn't do anything? You wouldn't. Surely, if the FBI started investigating you, thought you had committed some crime, the first thing you're gonna do when you walk in the interview room is just start fucking making shit up. Really?
Again, that has nothing to do with your claim.
That has everything to do with my claim.
Okay, so
Yeah. Why the fuck would he say that, bro? I think the guy over here, I think he's called Def Noodles. Def Noodles? Yeah, that's the guy. What a silly goose, this guy. An absolute prankster. Oh, look at him. He looks like a liberal. He's in a Minecraft background. What a fucking jester.
It really has everything to do with the
prove
claim.
how it has to do with what what
claim
you're trying to
is
get
that
at.
there-
What that has to do with your claim, because
Wha-
again, the Mueller report
I'm gonna ask
ultimately
one more time.
upends your thing.
I'm going to ask until you give me if you give me the correct answer. What is my claim? What do you think it is, Dennis?
There
What's my
was
claim?
no Russia hoax.
What do you think that means? What does that mean to you when I say it?
You're saying that there was no Russia hoax, that Trump colluded with Russia.
Nope. I don't.
So explain
I
yourself.
don't think there's any evidence that Trump directly colluded with Russia.
So explain yourself. What is your claim then?
There was
Because you-
the investigation,
Yeah.
Crossfire Hurricane, the special counsel's investigation run by Mueller.
Steele dossier.
These investigations should have occurred. There was
yeah.
there was good reason
No,
to
I
do
agree.
them.
It should have 100% occurred.
Yeah.
Perhaps not to the extent that they did occur, because again, there was another report.
Why you say to the extent that they not to the extent that they did occur? Because it's like we got people lying. It's just I don't even know why you would say that.
That show that not only did they throw out exculpatory evidence, but that they ignored, they actually held Trump to a different standard than they held Clinton and other people that they were investigating. They had no evidence. They were basing it off of the Steele dossier, right, which proved to be largely false.
What report
right?
is this that you're? What report do you think you're citing right now?
I forgot the name.
You said there was another report.
Whatever. It starts with a D. I forgot what the name is. You know what I'm talking about.
I do know what you're talking about. You know the claim. At no point was the claim there was no evidence that they were just doing it because it was Trump. That's what you said,
Here's
right?
the thing. Now
You
you're
said there
bringing
was no
it
evidence.
back.
I
to
kind of feel like
the
this
point that-
debate
that-
is like I don't want to say like a stalemate, but like this guy actually has a high enough IQ to be like, yeah, Russians interfered with the election, which is obviously true. Most MAGA would say no, and it was all like a bunch of bullshit. In fact, actually, it was Biden who interfered with the election or some stupid crap. But he's doing a good job of basically being like, yo, yeah, there's interference, but you can't prove it was Trump. And then Andrew rightfully points out that, like, okay, yeah, like there's not enough evidence to prosecute him, but definitely not enough to exonerate him either. But what Andrew needs to do is kind of engage in like some conspiracy brain, because otherwise they're just going to be butting heads the entire time. There's not going to be anything to really debate over, because it's going to be, Trump. There's not enough evidence to convict him. Well, he's not exonerated either. So Andrew needs to, I think, push a little harder and basically be like, yo, his entire team was lying, okay? And then start like listing off like the people who lied and what is they lied about. And then the fact at hand that Trump pardoned them, and the facts of why is it that Russia was getting them, trying to get Trump elected, which is not exactly the prompt, but it's definitely tangential, or close enough to the prompt, to which he could talk about it and then get some optic W's. But yeah.
They were just doing it because it was Trump. That's what you said,
Here's
right?
the thing. Now
You
you're
said there
bringing
was no
bringing it
evidence.
back to the
At
claim.
no point did that
Now-
ever
hold on.
was that ever said by Durham.
Now you're moving back to something else. This is what we were.
Well,
just,
no, you
no,
lied, and I'm
hold on.
correcting
Let me.
you.
Let me.
That's
See.
what
I'm not lying. I literally cited a report. I didn't lie about the report. In fact, you couldn't even.
Well,
fact check
citation
me.
requires a name, but
Listen,
so you didn't
brother.
cite a report.
Okay,
but-
I'll look up the name because I
You-
just forgot. It's
you
fine to
cited
forget stuff.
Andrew.
You also didn't correct
I mean, it's
that
just
one
not
single
wrong,
claim that was
but
made
I
in that report,
mean,
Okay, well, you cite them. If you can disprove it, then
At
cite
no
them.
point did
the
Durham
Durham
say-
report. The Durham
There you go.
report.
At no point
That's
did Durham say that there was no evidence and the investigation was open for no reason. And he especially, in fact, I was going to say he didn't say that the investigation was open because of the Steele dossier. He explicitly said that was not the case. Also, the Department of Justice Inspector General's report made the exact same came to the exact same finding. They specifically said, no, the Crossfire Hurricane was not started because of the Steele dossier.
So here's the thing. We can litigate this all day. The Mueller report still upends your entire argument.
Why? Because Trump himself, there was not enough evidence to convict Trump himself.
yeah, see what I mean? They're just gonna do the circle fucking thing, dude. Oh, they're just gonna circle.
I'll say it for the 15th time.
This is like
I don't think that
exhausting. This
I
is
don't
like
think that
talking
Trump
to
should
a
have been-
wall.
I don't think that Trump
Yeah,
should have been
they're just gonna
charged with
butt heads.
colluding with Russia. I don't think there was evidence to demonstrate
So
that.
why did you even suggest this?
What is my claim again, Dennis? Let's do it again.
What is my claim? Oh,
There was no
Is
Russia
the word
hoax.
Trump in my claim?
So what? I mean, what do you want to claim then? Clarify.
I would
it.
like to claim that you guys think that you just
You
did
guys.
it. You literally
You
just
guys.
you
Who's
you
you
just
guys?
did it. So I'm lumping
Who's you
in.
guys?
I don't think I would conservatives. I don't think I would.
Conservatives.
Maybe I would
Conservatives,
not
yep.
have lumped you into this group
Yep.
before, but you just did the thing that I
What's
don't
the thing? Tell me the thing.
the Crossfire
Trump is
Hurricane,
totally
the,
innocent.
The Mueller investigation, it was
Trump is
predicated
totally
on the Steele
innocent.
dossier. They wouldn't have done this to Clinton. This all the blah 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 blah. It's only because he was Trump. It was all political prosecution.
That's literally part of the Durham report.
And when did Durham say that?
was part of his
What
report.
what did Durham say?
thank God Def Noodles isn't good at rhetoric. Dude, I want to tell you what, if you want to get good at rhetoric, okay, watch fucking TikTok Phil Bros debate. Jesus Christ. The problem is, like, it's like 99% just them, like, rhetoricing each other and not, like, actually going over any substance. Here, they're like, 85% substance at least. But the problem is the substance they're going over is just in a giant circle, so they're essentially kind of saying nothing and at this weird stalemate. But yeah, with the way Andrew was like saying there, I think that Def Noodles, if he was like going to be a a rhetorician, is that a word? A rhetorician? I don't know, but he was going to be rhetorically rhetoric maxing. Yeah, he could have had a good opportunity there.
You want me to cite it exactly word for
No,
word?
because you're like
I'll
on the
pull up
right track. But here's
I'll
the
pull up the
thing
words.
that you're doing. Here's the thing
Again,
you're doing.
You're
that all
bringing
conservatives
it
love to
back.
do.
You're
You're making a super duper strong claim that is not founded in reality, and then when I push you on it, you're backing
a
up to
super
the easier
duper.
to defend.
What claim am I
You're just
making?
Mott and Bailey,
I'm
Mott and Bailey, Mott and Bailey, over and over.
I'm citing the report, and you're like completely trying to reframe
What
it in
did
real
Durham-
time.
What was you don't have to cite me Durham's exact words. What,
Well, you literally
when it-
just asked
no,
for it a second ago.
I need you to just
Brother,
accurately
you
I don't think he
so
asked for the
have to start
exact
showing
words.
some level of
Accurately
consistency.
summarize.
He didn't ask
You
for the exact words.
have to-
summarize.
And remember, if there's something that you know that you're 100% right on, and they don't know, you want to bet $1,000?
You have to
accurately
actually-
summarize.
you have to
Accurately
show some level
summarize
of
what
consistency.
Durham's conclusion was. Go ahead. I'll give you the
Here, I'll read it exactly because I have it on my phone. Here, I'll just read exactly what I have.
I
So
just need you
Durham
to summarize.
concluded the FBI used a different standard for Trump than for Clinton. Crossfire Hurricane was opened without verified intelligence of a Trump-Russia conspiracy. Investigators ignored exculpatory information.
What
Is that true?
what did
Invented
I don't
Crossfire.
believe
So
this.
Durham
Need you to summarize.
concluded the FBI used a different standard
Is the Durham report accurate?
for Trump than for Clinton. Crossfire Hurricane was opened without verified intelligence of a Trump-Russia conspiracy. Investigators ignored exculpatory information.
Did investigators exculpatory information? How do I spell exculpatory? Oh, okay. I just have to swap those two letters. Let's see. It's highly critical, partially corroborated account of how the FBI ran its operation across overall accuracy. Ooh, okay. So it says it's contested and how accurate the Durham report is. Here's failed to examine. It states the FBI discontinued or discounted or willfully ignored material that did not support the narrative between Trump and Russia. A lot of people say it's incomplete or overstated. No criminal conspiracy charges. Yo, who wrote the Durham report? Dude, I totally fucking forgot the Durham report existed. Oh, appointed by Bill Barr? Ruh-roh. Okay. We're gonna keep going.
what did you just read?
I read
Did
bullet
what,
points.
did what you
Oh.
just read?
I
your
literally
initial
read
claim?
bullet points.
Did
I
what
mean,
you just wait? Was
this
that
is
ChatGPT?
this is. I'm sorry.
Was it?
My guy? I don't.
Wait, did
I
what you
literally
just
read something like clear as day. You're like, what did you just read?
Did what you just read match the original claim that you made? Do you think it did?
What are you talking about? You keep shifting everything. This is like you gotta. My guy, just like
Kyla.
try to
I'm
put
curious.
together an
Wait,
argument.
I'm curious. Do you think if the Steele dossier was never handed over to the FBI, do you think if it was, let's say Steele was never involved, he never wrote it, do you think that the Crossfire Hurricane investigation would have been opened anyway? Or do you think it never would have happened?
I think it
do you
should
think
have
the
been.
Steele dossier
Here's
was a
the thing.
but-for cause?
I think it should have been investigated.
No, not should have been, would have been.
Whatever. Well, however you want to phrase it,
So that's a yes?
brother. There should have been.
Actually,
an
no.
investigation.
That is a good distinction to make between should have and would have. I hope Andrew doesn't let him weasel his way out of that.
There would be an investigation. There was. Thank God there was. It was a huge waste of money because they kept chasing their tail for a good
Wait,
part
why
of
was
it.
it a waste of money? The special counsel's office made a profit.
You want a
Ooh.
government office making a profit?
You want the government to Okay, but
What do you
I don't know. Like, how do you respond to that?
It was a huge waste
What
of
are
money.
you
And I tell
talking
you
about?
it wasn't a waste of money, and now you want to complain
Wait
about
a
that?
minute. Hey,
Interesting.
hey. No, hold
Interesting.
on, dude.
You see the slime?
Wait a minute.
guys
You
see the
want
slime
a
right there?
government office to make a profit? I can't believe that. I can't believe you just
I mean, if it's investigating and like accurately coming to like good convictions of people, then like yeah.
said that, bro.
Slime. That was wild.
You said it. I didn't say it.
You complained that it was a
Holy
waste of
slime.
money. You complained that it was a waste of money, and then I tell you that actually there wasn't a
They
waste of
made a
money. It was
profit.
profitable, and now that's bad.
Wait. Operation was it profitable? Crossfire Hurricane profitable for the investigators? Was it profitable for the investigators? I have no idea the answer to that.
Bro,
And then
I can't believe. Wait a minute.
Waste of money, and now you.
What are you
did you
talking
not
about,
just?
brother?
It was a huge waste
What
of
are
money.
you
and that's-
talking? It was a huge waste of money because they kept chasing their tail for a good
Wait,
part
why
of
was
it.
it a waste of money? The special counsel's office made a profit.
Special counsel's office. Did the special counsel's office make a profit? I have no idea if that's true. So it says they didn't. So in relation to the Mueller investigation, the special counsel's office didn't make a profit. Seems to be no, they did not. Okay. I don't know what kind of like assets they may have recovered, which, you know, to be honest with you, I have no idea. So maybe this is something that Andrew's looked at that I just haven't, but at least when I punch it in Perplexity, it says no. But I don't know.
You want a government office making a profit? What are you
Did you
talking
not
about,
just?
brother?
It was a huge waste
What
of
are
money.
you
And I tell
talking
you
about?
it wasn't a waste of money, and now you want to complain
Wait
about
a minute.
that?
Hey,
Interesting.
hey. No, hold
Interesting.
on, dude.
You see the slime?
Wait a
You
minute.
guys
You
see the
want
slime
a
right there?
government office to make a profit? I can't believe that. I can't believe you just said
Holy
that, bro.
You want the government to profit? Like, okay, buddy.
You said it. I didn't say it.
You complained that it was a
Holy
waste of money.
slime.
You complained that it was a waste of money, and then I tell you that actually there wasn't a
They
waste of
made a
money. It was
profit.
profitable, and now that's bad.
Bro, it's your fucking tax dollars. Why do you want
It's
them
actually
making...
not my tax dollars. It was criminals' money that was taken by the Department of Justice.
All right, okay,
It was
well.
profitable. And yes, I do want the government to make a profit.
Hey, you know what?
gotta
I
fudge
don't
stuff.
want the government to make a profit. I want if the government...
Me, when I advocate for fiscal responsibility, then I say I don't want the government to make any money, though. It's like, okay, buddy. We are going to be fiscally responsible, but we will get no income.
is making money, I wanted to give it back to everybody who's in this room, either in terms of checks or his services. Okay?
All right, here's our
That's what
5
I
Q
want. I
takes.
don't want the money,
Do you
the
want the
government
government to
stuffing its
operate
own
at a loss,
pockets.
You want
What?
the government to operate at a loss then?
It should, 100%.
Ooh, ruh-roh.
Okay, interesting. All right.
Not at
No, come on, call him out for party fiscal responsibility, Andrew. Oh, you want the government to be at a loss? Bro, so much for the party fiscal responsibility, boy. Oh, man, how are we going to maintain our military, boy? Oh, man, how are we going to maintain our immigration, boy? Like, yeah. Dude, it'd be so easy to rhetoric that.
like a deficit where they're constantly just losing money because they're mismanaging it. But I'm saying, like, hey, guess what? This isn't a business. They're in service of us, right? Brilliant idea. Have the government serve us, right? It's not that crazy.
Okay, I'm gonna reel you back in. We're gonna come all the way back to the beginning here. Okay, I think we can agree
I
on
don't
a
know where
couple
there's
starting points, and then we'll go from there. We
to go
obviously
from
disagree
there.
on a lot of shit, but we
They've
can agree on a
butted
couple.
heads
You
so
said,
much.
Do you want to
Like-
change your claim so we can argue
No,
this?
you think that the
Yeah, I
think
kinda
that
feel like
the
that's a better
investigation
candidate.
should have happened?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, you think it should have happened? You think it was worthwhile? Maybe that's where we'll start. Maybe you just don't think it was worth
Well,
doing.
I mean, it should have happened. Should it
How
have
much of this
gone
one
as
was
long
there?
as it did? It should have cost as much money as it did. Was
Made a
like
profit.
$40-something million. Made a profit. Great. Yeah, good.
Damn, another
I think it could have been like solved in maybe half the time.
30 minutes.
Why do you think that? Do you have like any sort of investigative?
No, I'm just saying like
prosecutorial
I'm just saying like if a government
Okay, based on what Mueller concluded or what he said Trump did during the investigation, do you think that he knew about what his campaign members were doing. That's what I want to know. And
Do I think?
in Dennis's personal opinion, do you think Trump knew?
We went through this 20 minutes ago. I'm not in his head.
You're not going to say?
I'm not in his head.
I don't know, bro.
Here's the thing.
I'm not
we
him.
gotta
If
he
wrap.
knew-
Last thoughts.
If he knew, then
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing, dude?
I feel like skipping over is part of the replay. So what is it?
I've said it so many. Did you come in late?
All right. Last thoughts.
If he knew, then What the hell are you doing, dude? I've said it so many. Did you come in late?
All right. Thank you.
I've
Brian,
said it
come on
like
up.
30 different times. I don't know. I've said it like backwards, forwards, sideways.
Thank you guys so much. I'm going to turn this over to
Sideways.
Brian.
Brian.
Thank you, Andrew, and
I
Daph
love
for
Brian.
being here.
That's my boy.
Thank you,
dude.
everybody.
Good job.
my
Give him
man.
a round of
Thank you,
applause, everybody.
Thank you, Andrew.
I have some good news. Destiny and George Santos are in the building, okay? Yes, the main event is coming up very, very soon. Good job, guys. No fight or anything like that? Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that.
Okay,
All right,
tall.
so a couple quick announcements to make. Again,
Andrew and I are about the same height.
a reminder that you've probably seen these at the front. You know, we're selling tickets to this raffle and giving away two-person passes to Monster Quest, one two-person pass, Once Upon Escape, 20 tickets to the Beverly Theater, and a $75 gift certificate. Take it away. Both of these so happens to be Micah. Woodrow has done my show plenty of times. He is on the right. Micah, how you doing? Good to see you. Micah also happens to be Adam Mockler's personal debate coach. So I'm going to let Kyla take it away. Both of these two have agreed to do a 30-minute debate, but if they want to go
Both are
longer, obviously they're
fantastic.
more than welcome to. All right, Kyla, take it away, and I'll let you give out the prompt.
All right.
Not the Republican, though.
Hi,
I
guys.
don't like
Welcome.
Republicans.
Thank you.
Make me
Thanks for being
angry.
here. Excited to have you
Grr.
guys. So the
Grr.
prompt that we have right now is Trump's economic policies are harming working Americans. Woodrow, you disagree with that? And Micah, you agree with that prompt. So Micah, it was your prompt that you wrote, so I'll let you start, kind of outline what you're thinking. You get to respond for about a minute, and then it's just going to be open. As I said,
what was the
before,
prompt again?
you are harming work. Prompt that we have right now is Trump's economic policies are harming working Americans. Woodrow, you disagree with that?
That's such an easy
and
W.
Micah, you agree with that prompt.
Yeah, this
So,
is a way better topic to discuss because with this topic, you actually can go into a lot of different things. Whereas with the first one, it was there was no Russia hoax. I mean, with that one, there's not a whole lot to really debate. Yeah, Russians interfered. Yeah, they didn't get enough evidence to get Trump. Yeah, blah, blah, and that's realistically a 5-minute convo. But this one, you could talk about immigration policy. You could talk about economic policy. You could talk about our trading policy, not only just domestically but internationally, right? You could talk about how our manufacturing's been fucked, due to the tariffs. There's a lot of things you could really talk about for this one. So this one should spark a much more, I'll say, robust discussion.
Micah, it was your prompt that you wrote, so I'll let you start, kind of outline what you're thinking. You get to respond for about a minute, and then it's just going to be open. As I said before, with moderation, I'm going to hop in if I think you guys are interrupting each other too much. If you, get too far away from the topic, and if you guys say any naughty words. And if you're watching online, make sure you are supporting the stream. This is all kind of grassroots donations, so there's super chat opportunities, and we really appreciate that. Go ahead, Micah.
Well, thank you so much, Kyla. I'm happy to be here with Woodrow. I know we had a switch up of which Republicans were going to debate with me on this because Republicans just generally don't want to defend their president's economic record, the reason why he was made president of the United States. I think that almost nobody can dispute whether Trump's economic policies have been anything short of a disaster, because if we look at every single economic variable, they're worse than when he took office.
True.
Inflation is up. Unemployment is up. Business
True.
bankruptcies are up. What's down? GDP growth.
True.
What's down? Manufacturing employment.
True.
Every macroeconomic variable is worse under this president, and every single signature economic policy has been a catastrophe. He said he was going to lower taxes. He imposed the largest unilateral tax hike on American consumers we've seen in our entire history, and the Supreme Court just ruled that they were completely illegal the entire time. That's the tariffs.
Yep.
He said that he was going to balance the budget. He's added $4.8 trillion to the deficit in his first year, which is a record for pretty much any president in their first year. So that's very impressive. I can list many things. I really look forward to hearing what Woodrow has to say about his president's economic record.
Okay, first off, thanks for having me here. So just setting expectations here. My opponent's an economics major, and he's a debate coach, and I barely graduated high school. And I was the third choice.
Sounds
so,
like
lucky me. So I'm not going to come out here.
Stomp then.
Yeah, making
So it sounds like to
excuses,
me.
right? I'm not going to come out here and say the.
If Charlie Kirk were here, he'd be like, "Hey, don't downplay our voters." That's what Charlie Kirk would say if he was here. Okay, you're 18 years old. You're a voter. Okay, what, like the fact that you're like just barely out of fucking high school, you're just barely going into college. Maybe you're not even in college, bro. Don't down talk our voters. Okay, this right here, future of America.
Economy is amazing and perfect and the greatest thing ever. What I'm going to say is that there's more work to be done, and I think things are moving in the right direction. I think that if we just look at numbers and like GDP and things like that, I mean, look.
If we look at numbers, we get boring statistics, and stats are lame.
Because when I did, 2 hours before I was told I was doing this debate, I did some quick Googling, and I was looking at your Substack, and I was reading a lot of kind of the economic policies you support, and I was like, this guy kind of sounds like a kind of a moderate Republican almost. And,
That's funny.
How dare you?
Right.
That's hilarious.
And I was like just thinking, what exactly, and just to say, like, what would you propose to do differently? Because when I look at, some of the writings you've done, and some of them are very interesting, like you support like a flat tax. It was like, that sounds kind of Republican. You support, you said,
I didn't know Mike
capital
supported
gains
a
is
flat
like
tax.
a double tax. And I was just like, okay,
This
so
guy really did his research. Wow. Shout out to you, Woodrow.
Yeah. You support like a flat tax. It was like, that sounds kind of Republican. You support, you said, capital gains is like a double tax. And I was just like, okay,
This
so
guy really did his research. Wow. Shout out to you, Woodrow.
yeah, right. And so my thought is like, man, I feel like if you're going to criticize President Trump, it's almost like you didn't go far right enough on the changes, right?
Well, I don't think that's true. But let's talk about specific stuff.
But as far as like for the working class people, look, I think there's been some positive things. Look, we have with the big beautiful bill, the average tax cut's about $4,000 for an average American, and I think that's it's hard to.
Okay,
That's not
talk
true. I do not think that's true at all. I think if you're poor, you were just fucked and got
about
nothing.
the one beautiful bill.
Other than cuts to your welfare programs.
One big beautiful bill added trillions of dollars to our deficit. Do you think the national debt is a problem?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Which president added more to the national debt than any other president in U.S. history?
Ruh-roh.
I get you want me to give you the.
This is where he should just answer yes, Donald Trump. Okay? If we're gonna talk about like rhetoric, aesthetic, all this cool shit, don't fight it. Just bite the bullet. Like, yep, Donald Trump, my guy, Big D, Big T, the Donster, Donnie man.
Answer on this, and I'm
Bite the
assuming
bullet.
it's probably
It's Trump. And do you know what percentage it is?
I don't.
Okay,
I don't know.
27%.
Okay.
Ooh, that's rough, buddy.
The second place is Biden, 18%.
Okay.
Trump borrowed more than Biden in his first term than
Okay.
Biden did in his first term,
Sure.
even if we exclude COVID.
Right.
I think the national debt is a disaster.
Okay.
So we have a $1.8 trillion deficit. That's bigger than Social Security, bigger than Medicare, bigger than anything that we spend. And that's not sustainable. And Republicans have talked about that for a very long time. Your president comes into office. He says, I'm going to balance the budget. He adds $3.8 trillion to the deficit. How can you justify that? Our country's going to go bankrupt because of the policies of this president.
True. I gotta do laundry. I'll be back. My friends, we're back. We have returned. Hope I didn't lose everybody. Haha. If anyone's in chat, say something. That'd be really cool. But if it's a dead stream, that's okay too. Where we at? Okay, we got some people.
Every single Democrat for the past 25 years has lowered the deficit. From the time they took office, the deficit was higher at the very beginning. At the end,
So wait, starting at
reduced.
the last
Micah
25
knows his
years,
shit.
every single
That's why I love
Every
Micah.
single Democratic
That's my
president
man, bro.
has started with
I'm gonna make it also clear too. Andrew knows your shit too, but the problem is, I just think the prompt was very good. There's not a whole lot to really go back and forth on. But with this, you got a big range, so Micah's gonna definitely just rhetorically beat the shit out of this guy. Which free marketplace of ideas, baby.
a higher deficit than they left with. They lowered
Joe
the
Biden
deficit,
as well, or?
including Joe Biden.
Okay.
I guarantee you.
Mhm,
Every
true.
single Republican president has done the opposite. They started with a lower deficit, they increased the deficit. If you care about the national debt, I hope you would agree with me that Democrats are much better on this issue and that Trump has completely betrayed his campaign
True.
promise to balance
Oh,
the budget. Can we agree on that?
oh, that's so good. I like how he's saying that. However, the one thing I would say, instead of saying, do we agree on that, kind of being all nice, be like, do you concede that? Because saying, do you concede that is much more aggressive, okay? It's making the person sound like they lost something. Like, you conceded something, dude. That's a concession. Not the concession stand where you get, like, food and stuff. I like those concessions. But, no, we're talking about, in terms of aesthetic, I think it's much stronger to say, do you concede that? But he's doing to be fair, the other guy's young. He's like, what, like just barely out of high school or something, I think the guy said, or whatever. I don't know.
No, I don't think we can because
Ooh, that's a blunder. Mike is going to eat your face now, bro, rhetorically.
I think, when I think about, usually the most famous example of someone who's lowered spending as a Democrat would probably be Bill Clinton, right? And he had a Republican Congress. So you have to put that.
Do you support adding $3.8 trillion to the deficit? You think that's a good policy?
I think that if you put that in a vacuum, do you want $3 trillion in debt or not $3 trillion in debt in a vacuum, and you don't have any other variables? Sure.
I don't think we. Let's take it out of the vacuum.
It's like,
Why
do you want
support-
bad thing or good thing? Yeah, I don't want bad thing to happen.
I'm going to lower the deficit, increases the deficit. That's betraying your campaign promise. That's exactly
True.
what Trump did.
True.
And what did he borrow? What did he borrow for? For this war in Iran, he's cost us $100 billion already. Was that a good investment?
True.
For tax cuts for the rich, the corporate. You talked about the One Big Beautiful Bill. The One Big Beautiful Bill lowered the tax rate on the highest income Americans from 39.6% to 37%. That's a permanent tax break. Corporate tax breaks as well. It was from like 35%, it lowered it down to the 20s. Those are permanent tax breaks. You mentioned some tax breaks for working class people. No tax on tips, right? You guys like to talk about those. Do you know when those expire? Those tax
Oh, no tax on tips expires? That I didn't even know. I mean, like, I know it also basically does fuck all for everybody, generally speaking, since I think most people who work tip jobs aren't even getting federally taxed. Actually, let me double check that. Let me make sure. I'm not spreading false information. I would never spread false information, especially on the internet for fun. Do most people who work tip jobs get federally taxed on their income? Who are tips are federally? I know that. Hold on, let me see. Deduction up to 25K. Yeah. But do they make to even get taxed in the first place in terms of most people? We should do like that. That might be a little bit better. Okay, so then most people who do work tips do get taxed. Okay. Large minority already owe none. Okay. Someone knows no federal income. Yep. Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare. Yeah. So even then, like, it's still like unbelievably low. So 63% of tip did have. Wow, so about 40% already weren't even getting taxed, bro. So is it most? No. But about 40%, like, literally didn't even get a fucking change. What a joke.
Tax cuts on normal people?
My understanding is there's a 10-year sunset. Is that
No,
right?
2028.
Okay.
So all the tax cuts on the rich, funded by the deficit, by the way, we borrowed money to do this, they're permanent. All the tax cuts for normal people out in the crowd, they're temporary. How do you not see that as the scam it is? This isn't pro
Yeah, that's. Oh, that's so good. That's so good.
working class people.
That's so
The
good.
rich people get to run away with borrowed money. We're borrowing
Yup.
money to give them a tax break.
True.
And then what do normal Americans get? A temporary tax break that expires as soon as Trump leaves office? I think that's a scam.
True.
I mean, my
That is a scam,
understanding
bro.
is the reason why they were temporary was because of some sort of like legislative.
It's convenient how that
Yeah,
always works.
I mean that's
Not for the rich people, though. You know, those have to be
Well,
permanent because of rules.
I'm sure I'd love them to be permanent, but you know what? If it, you know,
Oh, but why aren't they? Oh my god, dude. Yeah, there's just no defending this shit, bro. You know, I will give. I mean, I heard that this guy has some really shitty beliefs other than just being MAGA, which in theory should just be enough to say you're a shitty person. Actually, no, what the fuck am I saying? Okay, look. Outside of just being MAGA, I've heard this kid has like really shitty fucking beliefs. And I'll give credit where credit's due, okay? People do not want to defend this administration because they know it's a bunch of bullshit, okay? Like, if you're telling me that the no tax on tips expires in 2028, but the giant tax cuts for the wealthiest 1% are forever until new legislation comes up, bro, get on my fucking face, bro.
it's funny. And again, you know, you said I did a little bit of research. I was like, man, you know, if we do some of the things that you proposed on your Substack, and you get, you know, with things that, you know, kind of Republicans.
Oh, but that's a pivot, though. That's a pivot. We're not talking about Micah's fucking views. We're talking about Trump's views, baby, and what's actually fucking happened. That's one hell of a pivot, which Micah more than likely is gonna grab him by the neck on.
Or, you know, you were part of the platform committee for the Democratic Party. I got to imagine you were sitting in that room, and I understand that these are not your positions, but the Democratic Party, a lot of them don't seem to agree with you on some of the positions you hold.
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. I mean, I have some technical economic positions that I'd be happy to talk about. That might be a little bit boring. But I think, for instance, it's okay for us to have a tax of, let's say, 8% on all of our income, flat on everybody, to pay for universal health insurance. That's a progressive policy, though, because people like Jeff Bezos pay way more. 8% of their income is a lot more than mine. So you might say, well, that's a flat tax, so it's, you know, not a progressive policy, but it is a very progressive policy. Right now, we pay the same amount for health insurance as Jeff Bezos does, around the same, right? He pays $10,000 a month, you know, or he pays $10,000 a year, we pay $5,000 a year. I want it to be based on a percentage of income. So I think that's something that conservatives would never support.
I wonder if Micah knows the I don't know how detailed he's gone into progressive tax policies versus like flat tax policies, but I believe there's a good reason why we do have these tax brackets. And like when you look at like if you tax someone who makes 50K a year 10%, that's $5,000, and for someone that makes 50K a year, that's a lot of money. But like if you're taxing someone who makes like, I don't know, $10 million a year, okay, and then you know tax them 1 million. 1 million is still a good bit of money, but like compared to 5,000 to someone who makes 50K, nah, the other guy's got like 9 million. They're fine. They're fucking fine. Like you could tax way more and get way more investment. Investment? I don't know if investment's the word, but you definitely extract way more from that very wealthy individual, and they will be okay.
Your party actually just cut Medicaid by $1 trillion. So
by adding.
Oh, that's another really good thing too that he's doing. He's like, your party, your people are doing X, Y, and Z. That's really good too. Yeah, do everything you can to make them feel embarrassed for supporting their beliefs.
Requirements.
I love it.
Well, work requirements which apply to what? I mean, who are the people on Medicaid? Disabled people,
Right.
mothers.
True.
I mean, do you think that students in college shouldn't be able to get Medicaid?
Do I think students in college should be able to get? Is that your question?
Shouldn't be able? Yeah, because they added work requirements, right, to Medicaid. Oh, you have to work in order to get Medicaid. But who does that exclude? Disabled people, mothers.
My
students?
understanding
Do you
is
support
that,
that?
no. My understanding.
I think they
is that-
have carve outs for people who are. I think it's like if you're able bodied, then you can. Shit, what is it? If you're able bodied, then you have to be working. I think they did that. In Act. Do work requirements only apply to able-bodied people? I'm like positive the answer to that is yes. However, the thing he said about college students, I'm positive is accurate. So if you're in college, you're fucked. I think. What about work requirements for people in college? Are they screwed if they're a student full-time? I don't know the answer to that. Okay, the law is written so that being enrolled at least half-time in school or an approved, okay. Okay, so if you're at least half-time in college, then that's fine too, which is good. But I don't know this guy's name. I want to call him Bozo. Bozo over here does not know this. Now, Micah is saying a little bit of disinformation or misinformation. I don't think Micah's doing that on purpose. Remember, disinformation on purpose. Misinformation, probably accidental. But no, with the work requirements, you do have to be able-bodied to meet to have those. And it looks like if you are fucking in school, then that counts as well. So that's good. But either way, though, these cuts, it introduces a shitload of red tape, which is going to fuck over a lot of innocent people. So,
that's not an accurate characterization.
18 million people are going to lose their health insurance because of this president.
True.
18 million because
True.
of these Medicaid cuts, because of his cuts to the Affordable Care Act. You think all those people are just bums? All these people that are, they don't deserve health care. You're too lazy to have health care. I think that's a pretty odious position, Woodrow. Aren't you a compassionate guy? Shouldn't people have health care in this country?
I do think people should have health care in this country. I just think we don't agree on the most effective way to do that.
Okay, I have a question.
Sure.
What is Trump's health care plan then? You don't agree with the plan of giving health insurance to poor people. You do support Trump's plan of taking it away. Okay, what's his solution for this 18 million people who now, if they go, get into
send him to the gulag, baby. Get him out of here.
For them?
Would I be cheating if I said I had concepts of a plan?
Yeah, you have concepts, just like your president. It's coming in 2 weeks. It's been a long time.
Well,
it's been a long 2 weeks. It has been a long 2 weeks.
Generally speaking, I take a free market assumption most of the time. I think you and I...
Look, I'm a capitalist, okay? And markets are real, okay? I am a capitalist, but, bro, the free market is not fixing this shit, bro. that ain't fucking happening. Let's be real now.
We do not have the solutions to every single problem. And I just generally think
oh, yeah. Even he fucking admits it, bro.
That a free market would be a better... and you've even indicated that you generally support the free market in most cases.
I support markets.
Yeah.
I think markets should serve human people, right?
Right.
Sure.
And I think that whenever we have a health insurance market, a healthcare market, where some people do not get the healthcare they need, we need to intervene to make sure that they're protected. Every single developed country in the world does this for their people. Why can't we take some precaution, even a market-based precaution, to make sure that the most needy amongst us don't die on the street? I mean, we have diabetics in this country which are dying without their insulin. And the Republican policy is, actually, we're too generous to you. Oh, all you people in America, they look at our healthcare system, and they're like, you know what the problem is? It's too easy on poor people. This Medicaid program, this AC, we're giving them too much, let's cut it. I think that's inhumane. You want to talk?
Let's also take a look too. Okay, wait. Lesson on rhetoric, okay, or I guess just say aesthetic. Okay, so just keep in mind that rhetoric is mixed in with aesthetic. Aesthetic is like the shit that you aesthetic is the overall encompassing thing. Rhetoric is what you say and like the message that you like put across, right? And then as well is like the visual components. So like look at Micah, okay? He's like leaned back. He's got his leg up. He's just kind of chilling out, right? Where Bozo
You know what the
over here, if I can get over him, he clearly is not comfortable, right? Like Micah's literally just over here, like he's got his hands out. He's like he's making the faces. He can do whatever the fuck he wants, really, right? And he's showcasing that based on his movements. Him, on the other hand, though, he's like a deer caught in the headlights of love. So like,
We're giving them too much. Let's cut it. I think that's inhumane. You want to talk about a market-based healthcare system? I'm all ears.
so I mean, like he's very minimal in like everything. He's like, if you're doing like that means you're losing.
But you need to have a system that actually protects
Look at he
the most
moves.
vulnerable in our society. And it doesn't seem like your party has any ideas
Micah is like aesthetic mogging like so fucking hard right now.
for how to do that.
Yeah, and even he's like,
I'm just of the belief that
damn, bro, that's rough, buddy.
if we continued Medicaid, Medicare the way it's going, it's not going to exist for everybody. You have to make cuts somewhere
Because of the national debt, because of the deficit?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can afford the $3.8 trillion of borrowing in tax cuts for billionaires, but we can't afford to keep the Medicaid funding we already have because the deficit. This is the interesting logic of Republicans, Woodrow. I don't blame you for this, but I do blame your party.
Okay,
We
that's sweet
always
of
have
them.
money for wars in the Middle East.
True.
We always have money for tax cuts for billionaires.
True.
We always have money for corporate welfare, like this new farm bill. They want to give $20 billion to big farms and meat companies like Tyson. But we never have money to give Americans health care, to give
True.
American children food. How does that work?
Is the
Woodrow?
goal of taxation, is it a punitive, or is it to raise revenue for the government to perform its function, right?
The goal of taxation is to raise revenue, yes.
Right.
And we should tax billionaires more so we can get some more revenue.
But you would agree, as a guy who studied economics, that
I can't tell if he actually supports a flat tax or not.
there is
Well, he said 8% to fund healthcare, so maybe he takes like maybe some things he feels should be flat taxed, like the health. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense because if the healthcare is going to be the same for everyone, then it would make sense that you would tax everyone, I guess, at the same percentage at a rate. Maybe I don't fucking know. I need to ask Micah about that.
at a certain point, if you tax at a certain level, you actually lower your revenue, right?
Yeah, like if you tax them at 85%. But
That's true.
look, our
So
tax
if
rate,
you
in
know everyone's gonna fucking leave.
1940, our
That's
tax
true.
rate was like 85%.
There was an economic study done by the Obama administration that says that past 33%, you actually lower revenue.
Well, that's so interesting. Because, I mean, this is the trickle-down economics thing, right? It's
No.
magic. It's money magic, okay? We're going to cut taxes for It's always for billionaires for some reason. We're going to cut taxes for the rich, and we're going to get just as much revenue. It's not going to cost anything. It's going to pay for itself. And then Republicans, you guys have been saying this for 25 years. You've done it how many times now? Under Bush, under Trump the first time, under Trump the second time. And it's never paid for itself. It's never paid for itself. Name one tax cut that paid for itself. It didn't. You cut taxes for rich people. They pay less taxes. We have less money. So what do you say? We have to cut your Medicaid. Sorry, we can't afford your Medicaid anymore. We can't afford your food stamps anymore. Soon it's going to be Social Security. It's a fraud, Woodrow.
Dude, oh, Mike is killing it, man. Imagine if he was like more mean though. Oh my god. I don't know if it would like almost make me feel kind of bad watching it if he was like being more mean. He's being very sympathetic, very like smart guy, like aesthetic, which is a good thing. Which is a good thing. Oh, but like I'm not gonna lie. Maybe like a little bit of like Andrew Wilson is rubbed off on me, where I'm like, no. Your opponent has to be annihilated. Your opponent should be scared to show their face again from how badly you fucking embarrassed them. Okay. So I don't know. Maybe Andrew Wilson truly has rubbed off on me like that. Oh, bruh. Yo, Turning Point people, if you're watching this, get ready to get your fucking money back, or at least get ready to try to get it back.
Come on.
Yeah.
So,
So
Go ahead.
what would you do differently
regarding taxes,
if you were advising President Trump right now on the economy? What would you do differently?
well, I would say
'Cause-
resign because you've been protecting pedophiles.
Well, like, look,
He said the thing. He's like, resign because you've been protecting pedophile. That's it, dude. I fucking love Micah, bro. Okay, I love this guy. That is what we're going to do. We are going to go around and ask every single Turning Point speaker. We're gonna be like, yeah, why do you support a guy who protects pedophiles? And they're gonna be like, he doesn't protect pedophiles. And then we can like analytically, trivially break down exactly how he protects pedophiles. It's like a mathematical proof. It's so fucking easy to do. Anyone can do it. What a beautiful statement. One more time.
do differently.
Well, I would say
'Cause-
resign because you've been protecting pedophiles.
Well, like,
Oh.
look,
Oh, it's even better the second time, dude. This is the just for those who are watching, this is the Take Back America tour, okay? I am with them. I fucking love them to death. We were out in Washington DC. If you saw me get twerked on by MAGA, I was with them at that event. And yeah, they hosted this I can't even call this a debate. This is like a public execution of Micah versus this Republican bro here. But no, I have no sympathy. I mean, I want to. I've got a heart, okay? But nonetheless, it's still an execution, and this is hosted by the Take Back America tour.
Say
'Cause-
resign because you've been protecting pedophiles.
Well, like, look, what did
You just
the-
made $3 billion while in office. You've been insider trading and selling pardons. 88 fraudsters pardoned under your administration. He's forgiven $1.2 billion of stolen money. Literally, people stole money, $1.2 billion, his billionaire friends. And what do you say? You don't have to give the money back to the people you stole from. That's Trump. That's Trump. So I would tell him to resign.
I thought we were having a debate about the economy.
No, I'm sorry. Well, I think fraud.
To be fair, I mean, he did ask Micah, like, hey, what would you advise President Trump on? If anyone ever says President Trump, okay, when they're talking about Trump, they're MAGA conservative every fucking time, okay? Like, when I was out there doing the interviews with people, and I was like, do you support President Trump? And blah, 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 blah. Dude, I hated doing it, okay? I hate saying President Trump, because I feel like a fucking loser, all right? But I say it to get on their good side, because otherwise they'll never talk to you ever. As soon as they smell the slightest bit of pushback, they like NPC like walk away. It's like their Neuralink fucking activates and they just get the fuck away from you as fast as they can because they can't handle any actual pushback. President Trump.
That has something to do with the economy, but ask Nick Shirley. So no, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'd like you to really answer the prompt because, or my prompt at least, because I think that would you say that the economic policies of the Biden-Harris administration was a success?
Yeah,
I would
easy.
say they're infinitely better than this. Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
So what did they do differently than what we're doing now? What would you do differently than what we're doing
Well,
now?
so they enforced taxes on rich people. They funded the IRS to go after billionaire tax frauds. I mean, why do we have billionaires in this country that pay a 2% income tax?
That's crazy.
I don't pay a 2%. No, none of y'all pay a 2% income tax, but billionaires can do that? Well, Democrats said, hey, we should actually enforce the tax code. And what do Republicans say? They said, well, we actually like crime whenever it's rich people. So they defunded the IRS. They fired half the staff. That's one thing that I would say the Democrats did better. Let's talk about another thing. The Democrats were going after big banks that were defrauding consumers. Wells Fargo was charging fake fees on people's checking accounts that were not listed in the contract. They were just charging fake fees. Well, what did the Biden administration did? They went after Wells Fargo and they fined them. They said, hey, you have to go pay your consumers back all the money you stole. What did the Trump administration do on day one? They fired everybody from the agency that did that move, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the biggest consumer financial.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did.
Protection agency in the United Consumer Financial Protection Bureau.
Consumer Protection Financial Bureau. Fuck, I forgot about that. Wait. Did Trump fire entire Consumer Protection Financial Bureau? I'm positive the answer to that is yes. Okay, not the entire one. Mass layoffs. Okay, so in other words, they gutted it as much as they possibly could. Yeah, they fired off 90%. Yeah, they basically killed it. Jeez Louise. Yeah. So Mike is spitting some facts here. Like, be careful. Conservative might try to get you on a technicality, but like for all intents and purposes, like, no, yeah, they fucking killed it. So it's just like real, like how he's like dismantling this dude's fucking fucking get him back. Like, yeah, this guy's fucking shit with like a fucking he's just dismantling it or dismembering it. Surgical precision. He is what's the word I want to use? Dismembering? I don't want to use that word. He's beating the shit out of him.
Democrat banks that were different accounts. Did they went after Wells Fargo and they fined them. They said, hey, you have to go pay your consumers back all the money you stole. What did the Trump administration do on day one? They fired everybody from the agency that did that move, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the biggest consumer financial protection agency in the United States. They fired every single individual they could. That's one thing.
That's a good catch. He said every individual they could, which I don't think they could have fired every single one, like, imaginable. But, like, 90%, yeah, I would. I like that.
Thing I'd say they should have done differently. We can go down the list. You have anything to say about those two?
Ruh-roh.
You know,
Nope.
I remember you
I didn't hear
brought
about
that
that
up in the last debate when I Googled you real quick. And I was thinking, man, I should have a good answer for that if he brings it up. Oh, man, he probably won't bring it up again. He did.
I absolutely did.
So I don't know. I have no idea. I don't have
I didn't
all the
hear about that
information
one.
in front of me. I think generally speaking, I think lower taxes are generally good. I think putting more money in American people's pocket is good.
Do you think fraud is bad?
I do think fraud is
Do you
bad.
think fraudsters should be held accountable?
I do think fraud should be held.
Think you should pardon fraudsters?
No. It's so beautiful. And what I love about it, too, is it's so
Think fraud is
effortlessly.
bad?
Like, look at his face. He's just like, is fraud bad? Like, he's not even, like,
I think
trying.
fraud is
Do you
bad.
think fraudsters should be held accountable?
And he's kind of giving him, like, the fucking eye. He's like, he's doing the little eyebrow. Should fraudsters be held accountable? It's so easy to dissect. That's the word I wanted to use. Dissect. Dissect MAGA bullshit with surgical precision. If you know the smallest amount of shit on this stuff. This is why I am training people to fight Turning Point with me. It is so easy. Anyone can learn this stuff, okay? If you want to see more shit like this, then you should support the Take Back America tour, because support is the only way that we can host debates like this and completely embarrass people like this, okay? Now, we're going to be going around debating Turning Point and humiliating them on their own turf. However, we need to hold our own turf as well, and Take Back America tour events like this is exactly how we do it. And just watch this. Just watch this.
It is good.
Do you think fraud is bad?
I do think fraud is
Do you
bad.
think fraudsters should be held accountable?
I do think fraud should be held
Do you
accountable.
think you should pardon fraudsters
I
in exchange for money? I know you work for the Republicans, Woodrow.
You know, I don't even think Micah should have said anything right there, bro. He should just let him drown in his own silence, bro. It's so fucking funny.
And that's your career, and you got to pay your bills. But let's be honest right now. These people you work for are bad people. Trump has pardoned 88 fraudsters. Can you defend that?
No.
Can you look us in the eyes and say, yes, this party that I work for, this president that I work for, I support him pardoning fraudsters? Can you stand on that? Can you stand on business?
I mean, are you saying that Democrats, presidents?
No,
haven't
now it's about
pardoned
Democrats.
people?
Do you
well,
support pardoning fraudsters, Woodrow? Is it a good idea?
I mean, like, if we're, one, like,
It's too good, bro. It's so good. It's so good.
No?
no, I mean,
Yes?
like, in
No.
a vacuum, sure, but I
It's
don't
like
have
talking
all,
to a child.
Look,
The 88?
That's how you gotta treat him, though.
I mean, the guy who gave, we have the guy that was an owner of Binance. They did $1 billion deal with the Trump administration, then he gets a pardon.
Forgot about that.
We have Mitchell, the guy who gave $1 million to Trump, then he gets a pardon. Don't you see the quid pro quo there? I mean, I'm telling you these stories. Do you not believe me? Have you not heard about them? Do you really look at all 88 of these fraudsters and you say, you know what, every single one of them, they were just targeted. These poor billionaires, they were targeted by Biden.
They're targeting gamers. They're targeting gamers.
Believe that? You're a smart guy, Woodrow.
I'm actually not familiar with those, to be honest.
None of them.
Yeah.
Didn't hear of it.
Shouldn't-
Yeah.
They never heard of it, bro. They didn't hear about it.
You're not reading the
But
real
I
news. You're
also,
reading fake news.
the pardon power has existed since our country's founding. You study constitutional law,
Oh, he can do it, so it's okay. Oh, why didn't I think of that?
and I think it's been abused probably by both parties.
Oh, it's both sides. It's both sides, okay? You think Trump is corrupt, bro? Have you looked at yourself? Don't you know that when you point a finger at someone, there's three fingers pointing back, right back at you? Yeah.
Including Trump? Can you say Trump has abused his pardon power? Can you say that to us right now? You can.
No.
You can't, right? You can't say it.
They can't do it, bro. They genuinely cannot criticize this stupid orange motherfucker, bro. Oh my god.
I get it.
No,
I
I
understand
just-
it's your
I actually
job.
can't do it.
I just
You
think
can't
that,
say it because you'll lose your job. But it's the truth, Woodrow.
And he calls him out. He goes meta on his job, bro. Which is true, though. So it's funny as fuck.
It's the truth. This president is abusing his power.
Yup.
But you can't say it.
Pandora's box has been open. If your
who?
side's gonna do it, we'd be stupid not to do it. So
Name
unilateral
one
disarmament.
fraudster that Biden pardoned. Name one fraudster.
Oh, he's gonna say Hunter Biden. He's gonna say Hunter. He's gonna say Hunter.
Let's talk about numbers. Do you know how much
Oh, he didn't say shit.
restitution, that's stolen money,
He
was
didn't even say Hunter Biden, bro. Dude, like, at least with that would have been like a 5 IQ, like, MAGA take, which, like, they could have been like, see, look, he's just as corrupt because he pardoned his own son who was going to get investigated by all the entire DOJ who's under Trump's fucking control, bro. But he didn't even say that. Like, at least that would have, like, kind of bought him some time. I don't know why the fuck he didn't, like, just NPC Hunter Biden, corrupt pardon. I don't know, bro.
forgiven by Biden.
I don't know the answer to that question.
700,000. 700,000 restitution was forgiven by Biden for a pardon that widely was agreed left and right. They said, actually, this was not a real good prosecution, right?
Okay, so you're admitting that he had a bad one too.
No, I'm saying left and right people agreed, actually, this prosecution wasn't a good one. It's like actually appropriate application of pardon power. It wasn't a partisan pardon, right? Yeah. Some pardons are fine. Trump is forgiven. This is 700,000 for Biden. For Trump, what is it? 1.2 billion. You can't do the whole, both sides are the same. One's 700,000, one's 1.2 billion. There's a couple zeros
That's
difference
insane,
between those
yeah.
two, right, Woodrow?
Like, you really do have to remember, like, okay, so 700, what do you say, 720,000? Okay, that's that. Oop.
He puts Americans
So 720,000 versus, what was it, 1.2 billion? What was it?
first. Noise many
Right.
Americans that voted for this president. They were promised something. Recession under Biden. No, I mean, it's like your party, and this is the thing.
And there's never been.
No, it was not a recession under Biden. In
No?
fact, no.
Oh, hello. I think let me look at this stream again. Too far back. Definitely too far back. Shit. I can't see where I was at because my fucking cam is in the way. That's right. I'm not worried about it.
Okay. I mean, learn something new every day.
That's why this war pulls so poorly. And your president ran a campaign on this very idea. He said, what was this Iraq war about?
I think that like I said, I think that Iran is usually behind a lot.
Let's talk about whether the war in Iran was a good economic.
Uh-oh.
Well, I haven't heard of a lot of things you're saying.
So
Uh-oh.
You know, it's funny because this just feels like a gotcha thing, because I'm not prepared to talk about those things because that's not what I was told this debate was. I was told about this debate 2 hours ago.
Okay, let's
So
talk about
no, I mean,
tariffs.
like you're going to law school, and you couldn't if you went before a judge to make arguments before. But as much as I could to talk about the economic policies.
Okay, well, unfortunately for you, you agreed to this debate, and you have to defend this
Right.
president.
Oof.
They built their entire fortune on daddy's name and daddy's accent.
Damn.
Right, Woodrow?
Sure.
It's not the same. And I think this is the issue with
Dude, how far
For our
back
bad
did it
people.
throw me?
Trump has pardoned 88 fraudsters. Can you defend
Okay,
that?
there we go. There we go.
I mean, like in
Okay,
a
we're getting back to where
vacuum,
we were.
sure, but I don't have all. I look.
The 88?
Yeah.
I mean, the guy who gave, we have the guy. We have Mitchell, the guy who gave stories. Do you not believe me? Have you not heard about them? Do you really look at all 88 of these fraudsters and you say, you know what, every single one of them, they were just targeted. These poor billionaires, they were targeted by Biden. Do you really believe that? You're a smart guy, Woodrow.
I'm actually not familiar with those, to be honest.
None of them.
Yeah.
Well,
I really
you
am.
shouldn't.
Yeah.
You're not reading the
But
real
I
news.
also,
You're reading fake news.
the pardon power has existed since our country's.
You can't, right? You can't say it. I get it.
No,
I understand it's your job.
I just
you
think
can't
that,
say it because you'll lose your job.
True.
But it's the truth, Woodrow. It's the truth. This president is abusing his power.
You see, this is why it's actually so easy to like to dissect. I remembered to dissect all the fucking stupid shit that Trump says. Not Trump says, but like that all these MAGA goons say. It's that when you have these loyalists, like they're not allowed to break like any lines whatsoever. Okay, like when something is like clear as fucking day, it's just objectively evil. Like, you can literally just pick at them because they have the NPC glitch. Hey, brother, you're doing well. Also, yeah, watch this debate. This guy got, yeah, it's, oh my god, it's a fucking, dude, I called this a public execution earlier. It is, I want to say it's like really sad, but it's not sad because, is it really sad when the person that's getting humiliated is a total chud? Probably not. Yeah, glad you're in here.
But you can't say it.
Pandora's box
True.
has been open. If your
By
side's
who?
going to do it, we'd be stupid not to do it. It's
Name
unilateral
one
disarmament.
fraudster that Biden pardoned. Name one fraudster.
Can't do it.
Let's talk about numbers. Do you know how much restitution, that stolen money, was forgiven by Biden?
I don't know the answer to that question.
700,000.
700,000.
700,000 restitution was forgiven by Biden for a pardon that widely was agreed left and right. They said, actually, this was not a real good prosecution, right?
Okay, so you're admitting that he had a bad one too.
No, I'm saying left and right people agreed, actually, this prosecution wasn't a good one. It's like actually appropriate application of pardon power. It wasn't a partisan pardon, right? Yeah. Some pardons are fine. Trump is forgiven. This is 700,000 for Biden. For Trump, what is it? 1.2 billion.
That's a big number.
You can't do the whole, both sides are the same.
How many zeros is that? Okay, so that's 5, 6, 7, 8, bro. It's rough.
700,000, one's 1.2 billion. There's a couple zeros difference between those two, right?
That's a lot of
Woodrow?
zeros.
Sure.
It's not the same. And I think this is the issue with Republicans. They can't defend Trump, so they want to say, well, look, the Democrats are just as bad as us.
True. Oh,
But
yep.
there's
He's
literally
assessing.
not a single thing you can point to.
True.
I invite you to right now. Where
Boom.
Democrats are as outrageous as Republicans.
Yes.
Can you point to one thing?
Dude, I
One example.
love when people the left needs to do this more often. Okay, don't let the both sides meme like have any credence because both sides are not the fucking same. Okay, it's a night and day difference. Okay, it's like saying the South Pole is the same as the North Pole because they're both like kind of cold, I guess. You know, and it's like no. And that honestly, I would say that the North Pole and the South Pole have more in common than like the left and the right. Okay, at least in terms of American politics.
Example of corruption, just please.
I'm sorry. So, can you restate your question?
One
Oopsies.
example of
The audience is
corruption
fucking laughing, bro. They're cackling at him, bro. Good.
that is as extreme, as crazy, as indefensible as Trump's corruption on a daily basis.
Okay.
Just
First of all,
one.
like on a daily basis, like
On
you
a-
think
oh,
Trump's
God.
doing corrupt stuff on a daily basis?
Oh
I mean,
my
yeah,
God!
like,
Well,
Trump coin.
I mean, actually, it's
Yeah.
a multi-hour
like he,
basis.
you know,
I mean,
he gets
Multi-hour. It should be multi like second basis. Like how many people fuck around with Trump coin like every second? I don't know.
he goes to the, he gets a glass of water and it's corrupt. Like,
yeah, I mean, do you
get
know
to
how
see
many
ice cream cone?
trades, the insider trading's on a daily basis, Woodrow?
Oh god, why didn't I bring up the fucking the trades? Yeah, other than Trump coin itself. This guy didn't bother coming in with research at all. Also, yeah, it's like trying a middle ground stance on yeah, it's like nah, you can't really do that. You can't really do that, bozo.
I mean, he's doing insider trading 24/7. He has the best performing stock market portfolio of all time. For some reason,
How'd that happen?
For some
I think
reason, he
Nancy
becomes a
Pelosi's doing
master
pretty
stock
good.
trader the moment he becomes president.
Yeah.
For some reason, he starts selling stocks right before he announces the tariffs. That's really interesting. That's really interesting. It's for some reason his children invested tens of millions of dollars in defense contractors the day before the Iran war was declared. That's an interesting coincidence, Woodrow. Isn't that interesting? Did Hunter Biden do that? What did Hunter Biden do in comparison to that?
You're saying Hunter Biden didn't do anything wrong? Is that
Oh,
is
he
that
sold
the claim you're
paintings that
making?
were too expensive. He sold his paintings for $200. They were overpriced. That's the corruption scandal that Fox News talked about for like half my life.
Oh
at
no,
this
not
point.
nepo
This
babies.
is what they talked about. Meanwhile, we can point to his kids, Trump's kids. They built their entire fortune on daddy's name and daddy's access. We
Literally.
have Trump's son is literally selling access to the presidential club, where you can convert money into political influence. You pay him money, and in exchange, you can hang out with the Trump administration's cabinet. Isn't that corrupt? Do you think Americans should be able to buy political access in this country, Woodrow?
I mean, I would say that our government should be accountable to our people.
Yeah, you should be able to buy political access.
But like, you're acting like this is a Republican problem.
Name a Democrat who's done it. Every Democrat?
Yeah.
He said every. Okay, buddy.
I mean, it's just how.
Yeah, that's the right fucking face to make. Like, fuck you talking about, bro?
For Biden's club, he had a presidential club. Did that happen?
No.
It didn't happen. But you think it's wrong, right?
I mean, what
I'll say this guy is deplorable, but I'll give some respect for stepping up to the mic.
I think is wrong.
Do you think it's bad that Trump's son is selling access to the president, to the high-up cabinet officials? People can exchange their money for political influence. Can you look us in the eye and just tell us the most common sense thing, the thing that we all know, that is wrong? You cannot, right?
Uh-oh.
I
mean-
suspect you can.
Uh-oh.
You can't concede
I would
that
have to
that
just
is wrong.
accept that everything you're telling me is true. Right?
Oh,
Like,
you'd have to be paying attention to the news every single day. You don't think it's real? Does the presidential club not
Oh,
exist?
God, dude.
I'm just not familiar with it.
You're not familiar. What news do you read, Woodrow?
I guess I'm just.
I didn't hear of it, bro.
I haven't heard about
Reading
all
my
this stuff.
I didn't hear about
Substacks
it.
from 5 years ago, but not reading the news about your
Dude,
president.
Kyla's having a blast in the center there, bro. Look at she's because she sees how much of a fucking stomp
Heard
out
about
this
my
is, bro.
Substack.
She's like, oh, this is some good shit right here, dude.
From 5 years ago, but not reading the news about your president. My theory
Having a blast.
is that because you are a Republican operative, you work in the space, I understand how this works, you will not concede that anything Trump has done is wrong.
True.
You
True. He cannot do it. He cannot do it. Otherwise, he will be excised.
Literally cannot.
Which I want to say, as a guy who opposes him, good. Okay, you know what? No, like keep building on your sycophancy. Okay, see what happens when you have your big strong leader just be gone. What are you gonna have after that? Just a bunch of sycophants who've like delved in their own delusions for the last decade. Okay, actually, I'm sorry, decade and some change. Yeah, like it's just you'll have nothing. You've lost the plot. You've lost all sense of principle. And now you will be humiliated forever by people who actually know how to fucking debate. So I very much look forward to this.
Because it's your job. Okay, well, unfortunately for you, you agreed to this debate and you have to defend this president, and
Rip.
you have to prove that I'm wrong. So can you condemn a single thing Trump has done?
No.
Can you acknowledge one element of corruption that we all are aware of? Even Trump supporters are aware of. Can you list one thing and say, you know what, Mr. President, you got that one wrong?
I don't agree with him on everything. He'll probably say some shit like that, bro. I don't know, but I'm willing to bet that's what he's gonna say. I bet $10 on this right now.
You know?
I would say that
I don't agree with him on everything.
I wish the tax cuts went further. I mean,
That's the corruption that you're condemning.
You know,
Mr. Trump, you should have done a
should
bigger
tax
tax
cuts went
cut for
further.
further.
You know-
Can you condemn one?
No, I mean, you said you support a flat tax. Let's get a
Now
flat
we're
tax.
talking about flat taxes.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you condemn a
This-
single
Yep.
corrupt
this-
act
Yep,
by
hold
This
them
was
to it.
supposed to be a debate
Hold them to
about
it.
the economic policies
Okay,
of
let's talk
President
about
Trump.
more economic
And
policy.
you
You don't
turn
wanna do
into
it.
like, hey, he's corrupt, and you want me to defend these cases that
Well,
I'm
I
not
want you
familiar
to
with.
answer a very straightforward question so
Yeah.
we know that you're a genuine actor.
Ooh, a genuine actor. Ooh, you ain't getting that with MAGA, bro.
We just want to know that you're a genuine
I
actor.
don't have
who-
cable.
I want to know that you're...
Okay, too much from the crowd. I appreciate it though.
I want to know that you're a genuine...
Dude, that's so sad. I don't even know what the fuck the crowd was saying to this guy, but actually, I gotta stop saying it's sad because it's not sad because he's MAGA and I have no sympathies for them. As much as my bleeding liberal heart wants to be like, oh, we can all come together. Oh, we can all be friends. We must dispel that shit, okay? Like MAGA, like they want us dead, okay? I want to make it clear that political violence is bad. No one should do it at all, and I very much do mean that, but I will not feel sorry for these people getting humiliated, okay? Like, they're actively trying to destroy democracy. Do not, when people like this, okay, get freaking humiliated, all right? When they have their reputations destroyed and they're embarrassed to go step outside, in fact, you shouldn't feel bad. You should feel glad, actually. Okay? It's like when, like, someone who is like a murderer, like, goes to jail. Okay, like it's sad that's the circumstance that we're in, but you know what? Justice is a good thing. Justice is an incredible virtue. This is why I feel like money in politics is just as damning as Epstein, Trump especially. Yes, yes. Oh my God, that's so true. Like the amount of financial corruption, like that's happened here, like it's insane. Like fucking everything, but. Excuse me, Republicans will say, well, Nancy Pelosi's been doing it, so we're not unique in any way. None of that's fucking true. They just try to pretend and say both sides are the same, but I talked about that already. It's sad but necessary. True.
I want to know that you're...
Okay, too much from the crowd. I appreciate it though.
I want to know that you're a genuine actor who speaks his mind instead of the Trump administration's mind. I want to know...
I'm gonna change the thingy so chat doesn't block. One second. There we go. Okay, and then here we go.
know that you're going to stand on business and say what you genuinely believe, what you know. Because I believe you, like many of these Republican operatives, like these people in this administration, they know this is wrong. They know Trump's doing wrong things. They know that he's being corrupt and he's being self-dealing. Everybody knows it. But because they're paid to say something different, they don't say the truth. And I'm asking you to be courageous enough to say the truth.
Nope.
I think this is.
He's asking to be courageous enough to throw away his job, bro. Throw away his job for the truth, which, no shot. No shot.
Not really prepared to make a debate, but as much as I could to talk about the economic policies of the Trump administration, you're asking me to defend him on cases that I'm not familiar with.
Do you know
you're going to
any-
law school.
any
You know, you
corruption?
can't. What?
Do you know any corruption instances of the Trump administration? You haven't heard about them in any of them? Not a single. What are you doing? You're not paying attention to the accusations?
I mean, like if you know, it's funny because
You're damn right, it's funny.
this just feels like a gotcha thing because I'm not prepared.
Feels like
to
a
talk
gotcha.
about-
It's almost like we have a never-ending chain of gotchas because every fucking thing you guys do is fucking insane.
those things because that's not.
No,
what
but
I
it's
was
all a
told this
gotcha, I
debate was.
guess.
I was told about this debate 2 hours ago.
Okay, let's
So
talk. Let's talk about
no, I
tariffs.
mean, like you're going to law school, and you couldn't if you went before a judge to make arguments before a judge, you can't just expect
But
the
you
lawyer
support Trump.
I do.
You support him.
Well,
you
there it
work
is.
for Republicans.
Yeah, I don't work
and
for
you
him.
can't defend his character. You can't. Like, Trump has been being accused of being corrupt for 10 years. You've said, I don't care about any of these allegations of corruption.
That's not
I
what I
like
said.
him. People should
That's not
vote
what I
for
said.
him. You didn't say that.
No, I did not
So
say
you
that.
do care about the allegations, but you don't know anything about him, and you actually support Trump anyway. Is that your position?
Well, I haven't heard of a lot of things
Uh-oh.
you're saying.
So
And
you just
maybe
haven't heard about
maybe
it.
and it's funny because I think everyone's in a little bit of a bubble, and maybe I'm in one. But
Are you
I'm
concerned about it? Do you hear this? And you're like, oh, maybe I'm wrong to
Well,
support this
look,
guy.
look, I-
88 fraudsters. Oh, God.
You
I
know-
didn't even hear about that.
it's
I wasn't familiar with the Woodrow guy. His rhetoric was awful. Just saying I'm not prepared for that 10 times in a row is tough or rough. Yeah, that is rough, buddy. I'm not going to lie, but oh well, it's a skill issue. And let me also remind the jury, okay? What is it? Fucking Charlie Kirk debating college kids. Maybe I can find it. He's gonna be like, you're talking to voters?
Hi. Oh, my name's Erin. I'm a really big fan, and I'm really excited to see both of you. I'm
Can I
a little
find that?
stressed because I feel
Oh,
like
is it her?
Is, yeah.
I think it's this girl, not this girl. here.
She's a very woman.
college kids.
Oh yeah.
Do you feel proud of
Now remember, if you feel bad, okay, because this dude is getting his rhetorical teeth fucking kicked in by the Giga Chad Micah over here, okay? Look at that face. That's the face of a fucking champion right here. If you feel bad that this bozo's getting his rhetorical teeth kicked in, okay, just remember, now this guy is probably like maybe 19 years old, maybe, okay? What did the great late Charlie Kirk say in relation to people who are just out of high school going into political debate?
yourself for debating college kids who are unprepared to speak in front of an audience like yourself? Hold on. You're 30 years old. We can agree you're 30 years old, right? Do you think that's a little bit silly?
Are you a voter?
I am a voter.
He's a voter. Like these are mutually exclusive fucking things.
I vote and you vote. So I'm talking to voters of this country that will determine the future of Western civilization. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. So remember, if you feel bad about this fucking dude, like just getting obliterated, okay? Remember, he's a voter. He's determining the future in this country, okay? Quote by the Big K.
Yeah? Wait, hold on. How is it any different than a professor talking to you?
Yeah, how's it any different than a professor talking to you?
Then a professor talking to you? Who are you?
Well, important enough for you to come up to a microphone.
All right, yeah, you get the idea.
The Trump phenomenon's interesting because there's been so much stuff thrown against him, and a lot of it's turned out to be bullshit.
Oh, a lot of it. So
and
much.
it's like a bed of nails thing where when you're constantly attacking for all these little things.
So true. Little things.
Yeah.
Pardoning fraudsters.
Well, look, no, I mean like
accepting a guitar jet that's worth over $1 billion and giving it to your own presidential library. It's just a small guitar jet, okay? It's just a small jet. I mean, so what you're going to come in here and say, because this is what you're implying, all these allegations against Trump are bullshit. Is that your view?
True. Yeah, it's the game they want to play. That's why I know that Turning Point is going to be hosting a bunch of like literal nobodies to be speaking, okay? Like I even consider myself relatively to be like a nobody, like still. I think like micro celebrity, I don't know. But like I'm not gonna sit here and like big dog myself or anything, okay? But when I say like literal nobodies, I'm talking about like less than like 1,000 followers on like any platform, okay? It's like, who are you? And they're college kids too. Let me also make that clear too, because like maybe you could be somebody who's got like a fucking PhD in theology or some shit like that, okay? That's someone who could be intimidating to go against. But like 100 follower Instagram account who's like a junior in college, just like, what are we doing here, bro?
If that's your view, just say it.
What I was saying is that I would have to do some research because some of these things you're telling me are the first time I've ever heard of.
So you're concerned, though? You're concerned?
I mean,
you find it concerning, right? You're not confident that I'm wrong, and you never heard about it before. So you might say, "Wow, this is a big problem." If this is true, if what I'm saying is true, will you stop supporting Trump?
Oh, that's a good question to ask. That's a very good question to ask.
Serious, this is an easy one. You should
Come
say
on,
yes.
if it's true, would you stop supporting?
Trump really is a corrupt piece of shit, right? I'm not going to support him.
Yes,
right?
Dude, that's such great rhetoric for the people who are like, I don't know. Ask them, if it were true, would you still support him? And they're gonna be like, wow. Okay, every fucking time without fail. Okay, because you can watch them glitch like fucking NPCs.
I mean, I could turn that question around on you. Could you say, oh, hey, would you support, whoever your favorite Democrat is?
Bro, and the answer is gonna be no, bro. Like, how many people were behind fucking Plattner, and then all the allegations came out, and everyone said, yo, Plattner, get the fuck out of here. How long did it take for him to fucking drop? It's so funny. They're like, oh, you guys are the real cool. It's like, bro, we told Biden to step the fuck down. We told Plattner to step the fuck down. Like, why are they thinking there's like any at all equivalence, bro? Like, I don't know, bro. Like, they have to project their fucking cult shit so fucking hard. Like, will you do it? It's like, bro, we've done it twice. You guys can't do it a single fucking time, bro. It's unbelievable. I'd be down to go out if they're doing events soon. I do need some equipment, and I gotta schedule the time off. Plattner got dropped by the whole progressive movement in a hot second. True. Yeah, exactly. God, and then this dude is unironically out here like, oh, like, you guys are the real blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, buddy, whatever you say.
They did all these things.
But I can defend them because I have a position and I know those allegations are false.
Okay. And I don't know if they're true or false or not.
So
I'm hearing them for the first time.
Okay, Woodrow. We'll switch to a different topic. You're more comfortable with. Let's talk about whether the war in Iran was a good economic decision or not, because this is an economic decision. We spent $100 billion. Some estimates say the cost in the long run is going to be $1 trillion. Okay? For that amount of money, we could send every American $4 or $5 grand just as an individual check. Okay? Americans have died. Over 50,000 Iranians have died. It's between 50 and 80,000 as a result of this war. Their enriched uranium is where? Do you know where their enriched uranium is? You don't know?
I don't.
It's still in Iran. Where was it before the war started?
Not in Iran.
In the exact same location, still in Iran. So this war has
before,
achieved what?
I thought he was talking about in reference to JCPOA. I'm an idiot. This is a topic you're more comfortable with. Yeah, he's having fun, bro. Dude, yeah, he's just getting laid the fuck up on like every fucking way imaginable. It's an execution.
Nothing other than wasting our money and raising our gas prices. Do you think this war in Iran was a good economic decision?
I mean, I think that Iran was like the #1 sponsor of.
So you have heard about this one. He's heard about
a little
this one.
bit.
Well, this is great.
Yeah, I heard.
I'm happy to hear about that
There
one.
is something going on over there, right? And I think that I know some folks in the national security.
Also, I want to give a heads up. Today was my last day at my full-time job. So now I can pursue this full-time. I've been like kind of going in and out of the Discord a good bit and not consistent on streaming, and that's because I've been trying to make sure all my shit's closed out for my job and I've got all my social interactions taken care of so I can lock in on this full time. But today was my last day, so I think I'm going to start streaming probably from like 1 p.m. to I don't fucking know, some random cutoff time or whatever. But yeah, thank you. I very much look forward to building more connections with people, and like branching out to other people on the left. But I want to make it very clear, okay? I am lib left. I am totally cool with people who are farther left than me, but like we gotta win elections, okay? We need to win elections, all right? Like whoever the fuck the blue candidate is, we gotta work together. So, but yeah, I very much look forward to working with other people.
Apparatus.
But thank you.
And Iran was sponsoring terrorists and killing Americans all across the globe.
And weapons of mass destruction as well, right? They had a weapon of mass destruction.
Yeah, and look,
they've been doing the same talking points for 25 years, Woodrow. Weapons of mass destruction, sponsors of terrorism. You would think that by now we'd realize, oh my God, it's the Iraq playbook over and over again.
True.
I mean, how many wars in the Middle East that last forever over terrorism and weapons of mass destruction with countries that start with IRA do we have to go through before we realize that this playbook is bullshit? I thought your president ran on being the pro-peace president. Didn't he run on that?
He did run on that.
You heard about that.
And we haven't put any boots on the ground.
Well, actually, we did.
Yeah. Oh.
Put boots on the ground.
Oh yeah. It's, I think to apparently to extract the guy who crashed. I think that's what he's about to talk about.
No.
We did put boots on the ground to recover the American aircraft and the soldiers.
I knew it. Yep, that's what he's talking about.
Which were shot down in Iran. We did put boots on the ground.
Okay.
I still never heard anything about that. Like, what if that guy's like actually super fucking dead? Okay. I mean, I don't know if that's actually true or not, but like, actually, I feel like if you maybe I don't fucking know.
And the president has constantly entertained putting boots on the ground in Karg Island. So, what's that about? Why is he moving troops to the Middle East if we're not interested in putting boots on the ground?
Great question.
So.
Dude, every time I watch him like NPC freeze, it's like watching a glitch in a fucking computer, bro. I love it. I live for this shit, okay? I'm a programmer, okay? I've coded video game demos before, okay? I'm very familiar with this type of like logic. And like when you watch a program do something it's not supposed to do, what you get is this fucking shit right
boots
here.
On the ground.
If y'all want to see more debate stuff like this from like the Take Back America tour, y'all got to go to the link that is in the bio, okay, and help support, because doing events like this, only way we can do it, the only way is through support from any viewers. So anything is like super appreciated. The way he tries to play it off too, I know, dude, it is so sad, but sad in a circumstantial sense. Remember what we said about the sadness, okay? Remember what we said about the sadness. Sad in a circumstantial way. We're happy it's happening, but it's sad the circumstances have come to this.
So, what?
Let's coin that. That's like a thing. It's circumstantially sad. It's sad given that these are the facts that we're in now. And just that, like, prima facie on its own.
What's your question? I'm just.
What's your
well, so your claim is, well, we haven't put boots on the ground, so it's not as bad as George Bush.
Well, we haven't invaded the country like we invaded Iraq, right? I mean,
we haven't done that yet. No. We've already spent $100 billion. I mean, we're racking up the bill faster than probably Iraq. I mean, my God, that cost us $1 trillion over what, 4 or 5 years?
Right.
This one's cost us 1/10 of that amount in like what, a month, 2 months? But okay, we haven't put boots on the ground. Would you oppose it if we did put boots on the ground?
I personally don't support putting boots on the ground.
You
I
don't
think
support
I think ultimately the
Nice.
people of Iran have to decide if they want to continue to be run by an ayatollah.
Bro,
Okay.
the problem
Okay, so-
is when we fucking bombed them, we blew up their most progressive fucking places, okay? Like, if we look at, okay, what are the most progressive areas in Iran? It's going to say things like Tehran, for example. Tehran's 100% going to be listed. Yep, Tehran. And guess what we fucking blew up? Fucking Tehran, bro, okay? I'm pretty sure we blew up all these places. Were all the places you just listed struck by U.S. Israeli forces? I'm pretty sure the answer to that is yes. Oh no, not all. Not all struck. Found mentions from have been hit. Fine. Okay, so not rushed or quiche. Okay, so we're half there. But however, though, these two easily, I'm pretty sure, like the biggest ones, I think. I know, obviously, fucking Tehran, and I'm not gonna pretend to know much about Iran's geography and population density outside of like the fucking obvious. But yeah, like we literally bombed the people who were most progressive, who were most willing to be open to like working with, we'll say like Western influence or whatever. You think they want to work with us now, motherfucker? They probably like feel goofy, bro. They probably feel fucking goofy. That's where I want to debate. I could debate the contemporary effects of Trump's Iran war, but if I get dragged into the history of it, I'm not very familiar. Yeah, and that's totally fair. I wouldn't expect anyone to actually like be versed on like the history and like all the relations that Iran has with like, you know, it is true that Iran like is the world's largest sponsor of terrorism. This is correct. It is true that like Iran has a lot of fucked up shit going on there. A lot of human rights violations that like women are literally fucking property over there. But is the solution to just blow them all up? No, that is not the solution. That is not the solution. And now from us instead blowing them all up, I genuinely don't think that we'll ever get United States like peace in Iran, because why the fuck would they, bro? Like, we blew them up. They fucking hate us. Why would they ever show any sense of like, you know, decency towards us? I don't blame them.
What is the big success?
They did it when like they were not pursuing nuclear weapons. There's no evidence that they were pursuing nuclear weapons. They had their uranium enriched, but doesn't mean that they're necessarily building nuclear weapons. Quote from the IAEA and also the CIA.
Of this war that makes you support it so much?
I think that my like I said, I think that Iran is usually the behind a lot
They're so
of
bad, right? They're bad guys.
they're bad. They're yeah.
Okay, and what did we win? That's my question. Oh, Iran is so bad. They're so terrible. Okay, what did we do to them? Did we defeat them? Did we get some big?
Nope. Iran was not assessed to be building nuclear weapons at the start of the war. It had the large stockpile of uranium, but that doesn't mean that they're actually building a weapon. Because remember, if you're building a weapon, you have to do a shitload of testing. You have to have the technological advancements. You have to have the infrastructure for launching the fucking missile. Okay, it's not just, oh, we've got the uranium, now let's throw it onto like a bomb and then throw it out there. Like, it's a lot more complicated than that, and involves a lot of testing, which there's no evidence of that happening. Enriching uranium to high levels. Yep, correct. Oh, yep. It even says right there it's not the same as building and testing weapon. How about Yep, it could make weapons, which is fair. Key distinction was widely seen as capable of moving towards one, but they weren't doing it in the moment, at the very least.
Success for America?
I mean, we've decimated their military to a large extent, right? They have like no air
We decimated their military like 100 times. Don't forget, guys.
force now, right?
They didn't have an air force before. Do you know where Iran got its airplanes, its aircraft?
From us?
From the United States.
Yeah.
And when was that?
What was
The
that, like-
1970s.
Right.
Do you seriously think the Iranian Air Force running on planes from the 1970s was ever a threat to the United States?
Nope.
I thought military interventions were about protecting us, but somehow they have to cite, this war in Iran has been so disastrous, they have to cite a bunch of fake bullshit. They cite, oh, we destroyed their Air Force that we gave them 50 years ago that was never a threat to us. Oh, we destroyed their Navy, which was 50 years old and we gave to them and they had like 5 ships anyway. Can you name a single thing that we've actually won for Americans? A single benefit we've had from all the costs that we've incurred, because we've paid the higher gas prices for this war. Our relatives, our friends.
In every single way, we are coming out of this more fucked than we were entering in, okay? Because here's just realistically what's going to happen. Iran is going to charge a fucking toll fee for every ship that comes through, and the United States is going to have to suck it up.
To fight in this war. Our tax dollars have gone to fight in this war. We've paid the costs. What have we received in benefits?
None.
I think one of the
We destroyed their military.
largest state sponsors of terrorists have been severely damaged because of it. And I think,
Yeah, we destroyed their military.
I mean,
In what way?
What?
In what way? The Air Force? That doesn't count. Come on, it doesn't count, Woodrow.
Okay.
The Air Force never could even reach. They couldn't even reach us. Okay, the Navy doesn't count. So what?
Okay, so nothing counts. Right?
No, things could count.
Right.
You could have a successful war.
Okay.
Successful wars happen, but
Well, it's still ongoing.
I don't think our relationship with Iran is fully lost as long as there's strong liberal progressive administrators going in. Okay. That's nice. But that presupposes that we do keep progressive candidates in power. And that's something that I don't think Iran would ever want to even gamble, right? Like, we have to remember that until it gets proven that Donald Trump is, like, fraudulently elected, which that evidence has not arisen yet, but I'm assuming it to be the case that the 2024 election was free and fair, and Trump was somehow elected again. Like, we voted that in. Everything that's happening is happening because of the will of the people to some degree. I mean, like, if you want to, get mad like the Electoral College. Actually, even then, Trump won the popular vote too in 2024. So, yeah, the will of the people spoke, and they said, "We're drinking, we're drinking fucking bleach, bro." Excuse me. If I were Iran, and there was even a chance that they could vote in like Trump 2.0, fuck no. Fuck no. And like, if a country like blew up your family, would you, like, even if they got new leadership, like, let's be real, are you gonna be like, oh, new leaders, new deals, new relation? Like, no, you're gonna be like, fuck you, probably your entire life, which I wouldn't be surprised about them for feeling.
Going right. I mean, we just said it.
So what are we gonna get?
Yeah, we just went back in. So
What are we gonna win? What's the goal? What's in it for me?
What is the goal, bro? What is the goal? We literally have no fucking goal. I would say Trump won fairly in 2024. I just think if we get AOC, Newsom 28, the relationship with... Yeah, I think it'll definitely improve, but like, saying that it's gonna improve is like, it means nothing. Like, imagine if there's someone who's like my 1,000-pound life or whatever, and they pick up like one dumbbell and curl it, okay? And it's like a 3-pound dumbbell. It's like, that's good. Good job, buddy. Like, anything is a fucking improvement from like the status quo at that point. So like, would it improve it? Yeah, for sure. But like, by like any substantial means, I don't fucking know.
I'm paying higher prices. What's in this war for me? That's what Americans are wondering. That's why this war pulls so poorly. And your president ran a campaign on this very idea. He said, what was this Iraq war about? What was the war in Afghanistan about, right? He said, we didn't get anything from it. That's why people voted for him. They said, oh, this guy makes a lot of sense.
My stream finished?
And then he gets into power, and what do we find out? Uh-oh, he's just like every Republican. Every time Republicans get office, they do a few things. They cut taxes for the rich.
True.
They cut benefits for the poor. They blow up the deficit. They start a war in the Middle East, and then they cause a recession. We've done the first 4. The 5th one's coming. Is there anything wrong with this analysis, Woodrow, or would you agree?
no, I wouldn't necessarily agree with that.
Oh, no.
Oh, but it's true though.
You're saying,
Everything he said was just
every
fucking true, bro. Like
recession
Mike
has
could just
been
keep
caused by a
stating like truth
Republican
nukes, bro.
When was the last recession that was caused under a Democrat?
Can't name it.
He doesn't know. He doesn't. Jimmy Carter.
Okay.
You know how long ago that was?
How long? Yeah,
7 out of
right.
the 8 last recessions were under Republicans.
Right. Okay.
Oof.
I mean,
That's a bad
2020,
number.
Trump.
yeah.
Bad
You know?
number.
The last one,
Really
2007,
bad.
2008, George Bush. Your party has a bad record on this.
It's
I
really
think My
bad.
analysis is right. What's been wrong about this analysis?
Okay, so let's just go through all those. So you're
Yeah.
saying those are the only, there's never been a recession under Biden, and there's never been.
No, it was not a recession.
There was not.
No.
There was not.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
There was not.
I mean,
He's like,
learn
oh,
something
okay. He like threw it out. He was like, random bullshit. Go. Like, I don't know. Maybe there was I don't fucking know. Oh, there wasn't. Oh, okay. My bad. I love. Okay. Republicans who are willing to debate in good faith. I love you so much because I can use you. Okay, I can use you and humiliate you. You little piece of shit. I hate you so much. I love them because you can get shit like this. It's circumstantially so sad. I'll say it 1 trillion times over, but here we are. They put themselves in this fucking mess, okay? You make the bed that you fucking sleep in, and they made their shit, bro. You can also do when was the last budget surplus in the U.S.? Yep, that's a real easy one. Super duper easy.
The recession under Biden.
Now, he might counter and say it was under a Republican Congress, which may be true. Hold on, wait, actually, hold on. When the last budget surplus under Clinton was held, what was the party makeup of Congress? I think that's a good way to prompt that. What was it? Oh, and remember, y'all, use Perplexity. Fuck Grok. Grok is dog shit. Straight up lies, bro. Okay, so yeah, Republican majority in the House and the Senate. However, one, it meant that Clinton, through the orders, through the actions that he was doing, domestic and foreign, were still good. They were still good wherever the fuck they were. By what ratio was it all Republican? So it's true. Oh, wait. Yeah, fiscal year 2000. Oh, wait. Well, okay, so Republicans had the House 221. Senate was 50-50. Wait, then why the fuck is it 50-50? So the ratio is basically narrow. GOP controlled the House and a tied Senate. So why does it say the Senate was Republican majority? So even then, yeah, it's just barely Republicans having the majority anyway. Very slim edge. So I don't even think I would like grant that entirely.
No, I mean.
Oh, but yeah, just if you say what Music said here, when you talk about the last budget surplus, they may say is Republican Congress, but like barely, like by the most slim fucking margins, bruh. But it was you could really say it's primarily a bipartisan Congress, I guess, which wouldn't be inaccurate. I mean, they actually used to get shit done once upon a time, so.
Like your party, and this is the thing about MAGA, this is what annoys me, and I think it annoys many Americans that voted for this president. They were promised something different. They were promised a Republican Party that actually puts Americans first and that isn't interventionist and that actually fights against the corrupt political system. And what did they get? They got neocon 2.0. Trump is every bad thing that Bush was, plus more corruption, plus more authoritarianism, plus more self-dealing. He is literally the same, but a little bit dumber. And George Bush was pretty dumb.
True.
What changed? What changed?
I feel like I'm watching like a fucking Batman Arkham combo, okay? Where like he does, it's like For anyone who's played the Batman Arkham games, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like circle, square, 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 square. Wait. Arkham City. Wait. Actually, wait, better yet, because I'll probably get fucking copyrighted if I type that in. This is what I'm watching right now. Oh shit, wait. This is what I'm watching, okay? There's just no way to come back from it, dude. Like the guy's just stun locked, bro. It's sucks to suck.
Plus more authoritarianism, plus more self-dealing. He is literally the same, but a little bit dumber, and George Bush was pretty dumb.
True.
What changed? What changed? Where is this big populism that we were supposed to get? What was the populism? The tariffs that we all paid that were illegal in the first place? How is your Republican Party, how has Trump lived up to his anti-establishment narrative?
Brother in Christ is the establishment.
So your question now is, how has President Trump lived up to his anti-establishment narrative?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, one, I mean, like I said, obviously you don't agree. I think the tax cuts were good, and I think
That's
they were
anti-establishment?
Tax cuts are
really
Let's stick it to the establishment. Let's give them tax cuts. Okay, buddy.
McConnell with that one. I mean,
Yeah, okay.
Come on, Woodrow.
And look, we've secured our border. I mean, that was a large mandate we had.
How's any of those anti-establishment, boy? Dude, imagine if Micah starts just like rhetoricing this guy, bro. Oh my god, dude. That's so fun to say, the rhetoric someone, bro. That's so much fun to say, bro. Oh, man. Oh, political discourse is gonna get so fucking cooked because there's just gonna be people trying to rhetoric each other like in the philosophy fucking debates, bro. Philosophy makes me want to fucking jump in a lava bucket in Minecraft, bro. But, yeah, imagine Micah's like, how are tax cuts and immigration anti-establishment? Boy, what are you talking about?
Republicans famously have always, not supported border security? This has been their position for 25 years.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely been some Republicans who are not great on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we're going to move towards our last thoughts. Do you guys have any final wrapping thoughts? Any questions, Woodrow, or Micah,
God.
that you think your opponent hasn't answered that you're satisfied with?
I mean, I have to say the corruption.
Dude, okay, going back to the aesthetic. Look at him, bro. Like, you can... you could have literally zero knowledge of what's happening in this fucking debate, okay? You could have zero fucking clue about anything here. All you have to do is look at, like, these, like, few frames here.
Thoughts? Do you guys have any final wrapping thoughts?
Okay, he immediately turns. He's looking down. He's got his arms in. Because he knows he's fucking cooked, bro. He knows he got blown the fuck out. He got rhetorically nuked, okay? He got eviscerated with facts and logic by the legend Micah over here, okay? Look at him. Watch his body language.
Thoughts? Any questions, Woodrow or Micah, that you think you're...
Look at him. He's just standing there, like, trying to do literally nothing. Oh, Micah is just,
right,
like,
we're
chilling,
gonna move towards
bro.
our last thoughts. You guys...
Look at it. He's even got that smug-ass face. I just got that smug face. It's perfect. I love it. Because we need to be smug against these fucking assholes. Well
Our
done.
last thoughts. Do you guys have any final wrapping thoughts? Any questions, Woodrow or Micah, that you think your opponent hasn't answered that you're satisfied with?
I'm dead. The tax cuts in the BBB went to the top 1%. True.
I mean, I have to say the corruption one. I mean, Woodrow, my theory is that you cannot condemn a single corrupt act of this administration or a serious policy of Trump. Now,
True.
any
Again.
free-thinking person disagrees with even their own party sometimes. Can you name a serious thing that you disagree with Trump on? And not, he didn't cut taxes enough. Come on, give me a more serious one than that. Okay. Give me a serious condemnation of Trump on something.
Not gonna
serious
happen.
condemnation of Trump. I'm a big gun rights person. Sometimes I wish he was a
Okay.
little bit stronger on that, personally. But
Bump
I
stocks.
remember he banned bump stocks in his
There it
first term, I
is.
believe.
He didn't own the libs hard enough. I mean,
Yeah,
this is the
I mean,
kind of
really, that's-
category of criticism he's getting.
I'm a
When
little
did he
bit
do the
per-
bump stock ban? Did Trump do bump stock ban after a school? I'm pretty sure the answer to that is yes. Or well, I don't think it was a school shooting. I think it was the shooting in oh, that was Parkland. Oh, okay, yeah, Vegas is what I was thinking of. That's what I was saying. I don't think it was a school shooting, because Vegas was not a school shooting. But yeah, the Vegas massacre, where the dude just like propped up in a little sniper's nest and just unloaded on a whole crowd of people. So October 1st. 2017 was the Vegas one, February 2018, Parkland, and then December. That's when they did that. Okay. Example of how aesthetic is important to debate. Yes. Aesthetic almost always is more important than the actual debate substance. Because if people think you're winning, then you are winning. And if you look like you're winning, then people think you're winning. And if people think you're winning, you are winning.
Actually more conservative than he is, but you know, I mean, that's my criticism.
Do you have any questions you feel Micah hasn't answered for you as we wrap up?
No,
I think one of the saddest things though is that like literally like to debunk all of their fucking bullshit is just Google, Grok, even though Grok is ass, you know, some AI. It's like the most basic fucking research. It's so fucking easy. Just look up any of this shit. That's it. That's all you gotta do.
I mean, look, you're educating me on a few things I honestly haven't heard of, and I know you want
I didn't hear about that one.
to just say, oh, I'm just some hack that doesn't, you know, that just can't be an honest broker with you. But I'm gonna Google that stuff and see what it is, what it's about. But
I hope you do, buddy, and then I hope you change your mind, but you fucking won't because you're a skinwalker. Sorry, buddy. There's no way to put it. I mean, you might be a 19-year-old skinwalker, but a skinwalker's still a skinwalker. And what I mean by that, okay, skinwalkers are fake people, okay? Someone who's real with you is going to tell you their genuine beliefs. They're not going to, you know, cut some shit or whatever. They're just going to, this is how I feel. Yeah, I do think it was kind of crazy that Trump, you know, tried to tariff the entire fucking planet, you know, without any congressional approval whatsoever, even though the Constitution literally says that the power of the purse and taxes is going to be done through Congress. But you know, an actual human, you know, has enough of a fucking spine to disagree with something like that, which is so like obvious. But a skinwalker, I mean, you're looking at like, just look at all of MAGA, all these sycophantic fucks. So,
no, Look, I have to say, like, generally I'm skeptical because I've just heard so much stuff about Trump that is just like nonsense.
Well, can we say?
Oh, that's not nonsense, buddy. Oh, no. That is not nonsense, brother. That's what you voted for.
On this, if what I said is true, if these corruption allegations.
But watch this though. He's not gonna answer it. He's gonna dodge. He's gonna dodge a Rooney like he's in the fucking Matrix, bro.
Which are absolutely true. If you're wondering, ask Google, or if you're really young, ask ChatGPT.
True.
If they're true, will you agree with me that this president deserves to be impeached?
Get him.
If they're true.
Well, like, what's the metric for true, right? I mean, like,
what's the metric for truth? What does truth even mean? What is the truth, bro? Oh my god, bro, get him out of here. I love this. Like, not even just like, hey, look, if all these awful things are true, we're not even saying they're true, just if they were true. That's like bad, right? And he's like, what do you mean by true? Bro, you can't make this shit up, bro. You genuinely cannot. This is what I'm talking about, bro. These are skinwalkers, okay? They walk among us, okay? They are among us, the skinwalkers. It's crazy how he said ban on Muslims, but I'm just skeptical about it. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Haven't heard about that one actually.
No, I'm serious. Like, was he convicted
What
in a
is-
court
what
of
is-
law?
this
Was
guy's-
he?
This guy's Jordan Peterson now. What does true mean?
No, I mean, like, what's
What do you mean by
you know,
true?
I mean, like, is it true because you said so? Is it true because
no, like true, like as in factually true.
Right.
Like it's actually the case.
I mean, like, how would we?
Come on, Woodrow. Come on. If Trump really pardoned 88 fraudsters, if he did it in exchange for money, if his son is selling access to the administration, if he's insider trading, if he's doing these things and the many, many more things that I've accused him of doing and he has done, does he deserve to be impeached? Yes. You can't say yes because you can't say yes, right?
Well, look,
This is so good for aesthetic. Oh my god, dude, Mike is just
you
the
can't say
aesthetic
yes
dominance.
because
Look at he's look. He's two-handing the mic. He's holding it all nice and close. I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you. Aesthetic is so incredible. And once you start noticing these, like, I mean, they're not exactly little. Like, I don't know. The body language difference between these two is like literally night and fucking day, okay? But like, look at him here versus
you can't say
Micah here. He's relaxed. He's one-handed. He's got the smile. He knows he's just fucking cooking, bro. He knows it's Drover. And then he's poking fun. He's like, you can say yeah, buddy. It's okay. You're in a safe space. You can do it. You can do it, buddy.
yes, right?
well, look,
You can't say it. He can't say it.
No,
None of them could say it.
Sure.
None of because your paycheck, and I'm sorry to say this, Woodrow, relies on you not saying the truth. I know you're a smart enough person and a good enough person on your inside. You know, yeah, the answer is yes. The answer is yes.
He's not. He's like, God damn, Micah. Holy shit, bro. I'll be very, very surprised if another person, another MAGA goes to debate against him after this. Because they're going to see this and be like, ooh, he's going to hold me to some shit. He's going to make me bite some bullets. That's another thing that we got to do, okay, is make them bite bullets. Do you concede that? Will you say yes? You got to make them bite these things, bro. You can't, because they'll try to dodge or like dance away without like directly confirming or denying anything. No. Make them bite the shit exactly the way Mike is doing it. This is grade A right here, okay? Like if I was teaching a fucking lesson on how to rhetoric somebody in like a formal setting, I guess you could say. This is like a grade A one.
Smart enough person and a good enough person.
Look at he's also doing the compliment, the humiliating compliment. So like for example, when I was going up against Jacob, I was saying things like, "You're smarter than this. I know you're smarter than this." But I'm saying I think he's a smart guy. But he's saying some really stupid fucking shit. But it's like, bro, I know you're smarter than this. Okay.
Woodrow relies on you not saying the truth. I know you're a smart enough person
I know you're a smart guy.
and a good enough person on your inside.
I know you're good enough too. Yeah, dude. Like, oh my god, the rhetoric is so beautiful. But the thing is, though, like, it's also just being a nice person, you know? Because I mean, the views that Woodrow is defending are indefensible, right? And Micah is out here genuinely like extending a hand. I mean, like, if Woodrow takes the rhetorical hand, then he loses his job. But I mean, that's what you get for going into this profession to begin with. So shouldn't have done that, buddy. Aesthetic it is. Oh, I know you're a smart enough person. Is right. Yeah. I did that to Euro. I did something like, I know your chat knows better than this. Oh, bro, Euro's chat. Actually, I'm not familiar with Euro's chat, so I'm not going to speak on behalf of it or not, but God, that's so fucking funny, bro.
Inside, you know, yeah, the answer is yes. The answer is yes.
It's yeah.
Maybe.
He's
Can we
not
get a
even-
maybe? Can we get a maybe, Woodrow? Can't be.
You kidding?
All right.
Oh, and he's doing the nose thing because he's embarrassed.
Give it up for Micah and for Woodrow. Thank you guys. Micah, Woodrow, I appreciate it. And I got to say, Woodrow, one of the things I actually really appreciate that happened that conversation.
Brian taps him on the shoulder. Yeah, good
Woodrow, I
buddy.
appreciate it. And I got to say, Woodrow, one of the things
Look at Brian tap him on the fucking shoulder here, bro.
I actually really appreciate that happened in that conversation is you acknowledge that sometimes we live in bubbles, and there was I'm hoping like a genuine interest to go outside of that, and I think that's amazing. And you're right, you did get called in last minute. We really appreciate you replacing. Thank you so much for being here today. Micah as well, thank you.
Micah, the monster. Micah, the fucking monster. All right, so we'll call it there. Steven goes and debates someone shortly after, but he goes against George Santos.
Are you guys
Jesus Christ, they go for like, so it's like 1 hour 30. Damn, they debate for 2 fucking hours? I won't
ready for the main event? All right.
Music. What was the chat like for Euro? Let me also check Discord. I need to look at the best is mostly in my favor. Nice, nice. I'm wondering if like most of the people who watch Euro streams actually support him or just think he's like fucking insane and fun to watch because he's like an idiot. Maybe a little bit of both. I don't know what that ratio is going to be. People who actually agree with him versus people who are like, bro, like this guy's like so stupid. He's like really fun to watch. Kind of like Jesse Lee Peterson, you know? That dude's fucking insane, bro. But I won't yap about Jesse. Amazing. My buddy Adam went against Jesse Lee Peterson. Jesse Lee Peterson. Did he go in person? Adam deserves so much more views.
Your religion, are you Muslim?
Dude, he doesn't look real. He looks like a character from a horror movie. Because he's fun to watch. He really is the online, yeah. Maybe Euro's a little more cognitively there. Maybe.
Just as Muslim as you are.
No, you said that.
Yeah.
And what does that mean?
To be Muslim just means to submit to God, right? So I think you probably submit to God.
Yeah, and how do you submit to God?
By learning from my mistakes and trying to improve upon them, by approaching other people with
Is Adam religious? No shot he's religious.
love and just trying to make the world a better place.
Nice. So you love all people?
I love all people.
All people?
All of them.
You love the Jews?
Love the Jews.
And you love all people?
Yep.
You love white people?
Yep, love them.
Right on, man. That's love.
Yeah.
Good
Oh, Adam, is he tall? I think
for
he's
you.
tall.
Thank you.
And so
He's a very good looking
were
guy.
you
Adam, if you're
born
watching
in
this, I love you,
I
buddy.
was, yeah, in Michigan.
In Michigan?
Oh, and also Adam is now with the Take Back America tour very recently.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've read and heard that a lot of Muslims moved to Michigan.
There's a big Arab and South Asian Muslim community in Michigan, yeah, like Southeast, yeah.
And why do they move there?
I'm not sure. Most people come to America in general for economic opportunity to start a family, and it's probably one of the main reasons.
And so do you feel like an American?
Absolutely.
You love America?
I love America.
What do you think about those people who chant hell?
Bro, I'm actually 5 IQ. Why the fuck did I have the fucking thing in a dual stream like that? When I could have just done exactly what I'm doing right now. I swear to God, I'm gonna get this shit figured out. Okay, I'm gonna get so good at streaming. Okay, I'm gonna have it above 10 IQ. I swear to fucking God, y'all just give me a chance. I'm still kind of new at this, and I'm doing my best. I've actually not heard of Adam Kahn. Oh, he's incredible. Hold up, wait. He's been on a few Jubilees. Adam Kahn Jubilee.
It's not like any woman who's thinking about taking acetaminophen is gonna call.
There's a man.
We've also been a victim of
Oh, it's fucking
what
mad.
specifically?
This guy. Naima, we love you, Naima.
Last time.
This guy right here is a skinwalker. Fuck you. Well, actually, I can't tell if he's actually a skinwalker or just a fucking idiot. He made the claim, he asserted that, what was it? Wealthy black people commit similar crime rates as poor white people. He unironically said that in a recent Jubilee where they like fact check each other. And that was fucking wrong. It was wrong. Big wrong. Big wrong.
Pause for a moment. What is the claim that you want fact checked?
That Bukele, the president of El Salvador, is an explicit dictator.
Can we find it?
More crime than
Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, black kids from wealthy families commit as much crime. So
white families. The verdict is in.
This is what he
And
claimed.
that is false.
Loser. Fuck out of here.
That's not false, but okay.
There is no
It's not false.
data. Wait for it. There's no data to directly support this claim. It is.
Do wealthy blacks commit similar levels of crime as poor whites? Best support evidence shows that wealth does not erase the racial gap. I found a yep. Affluent black men have been found far higher incarceration rates than poor whites, but it's not the same thing as commit similar levels of crime. The actual answer is crime itself is hard to measure by race and wealth. So we cannot confidently say wealthy black people commit the same level of crime as poor white people. The evidence more clearly shows that black people face higher punishment incarcerations for many income levels. That does not support a simple yes. I might be stupid. Does affluent just mean wealthy? Does it mean well off? Okay, yeah. It shows that what wealth is not a race. What are incarceration rates of affluent blacks and poor whites when compared? Okay. Because it wouldn't surprise me if wealthy blacks are arrested more often than like wealthy whites. That would not surprise me. So affluent black people are still more likely being incarcerated than poor white people. Oh, wow. Although the exact gap depends on age measure. Data set. 10% of wealthy blacks ended up in prison versus 2.7 the poorest white youth. Okay. For black youth, the highest wealth bracket rate was 2.4. Okay. So close to the poorest white. Okay, wait. Am I reading? Okay. One study. 10 wealthy blacks end up in prison. 2.7. Oh, okay. Okay. So then for the wealthiest blacks, 2.4% versus, I guess, 10% in general of well off, but of the wealthiest, it was only 2.4. Okay. A separate summary of that research. Black men raised in the top 1% of household were likely to be incarcerated as white men. Oh, wow. Incarceration risk, not raw crime commission. Wealth reduces incarceration risk for everyone. Yep. Does not eliminate racial disparity. So if they had said incarceration rates, there probably would have been something there. But they said committing crime. But just because you get incarcerated or didn't get incarcerated isn't necessarily indicative of if you did or didn't commit a crime. If you compare affluent versus poor white people, evidence indicates that yep, equal or higher incarceration rates. Ooh, scary.
Overly broad and is not backed by data.
Overly broad and not backed by data.
He should have said incarceration rate. You fucked up, Matt.
Out to America, Allahu Akbar to America. What do you think about those people?
Allahu Akbar just means God is the greatest. So again, I think that's probably something you would agree with. But people that chant that they hate America, that's more of like Donald Trump and the MAGA types, right? Trump said he wants to terminate the Constitution. So people like that, I'm not a big fan of now.
And why
Wait, how
not?
fast is he
wants
talking?
to terminate the content. They hate America.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, he's
more
not
of
talking
like Donald Trump and the MAGA types, right? Trump said he wants to terminate the Constitution. So people like that, I'm not a big fan of now.
And why not?
I think our Constitution.
Because they're stinky heads. That's probably the best way to put it. All right. I'm going to get ready and go to bed. I'm gonna go to the gym tomorrow, but tomorrow, I think I'm gonna stream at like 12 p.m. and I'm gonna start putting together shorts and stuff again. I now have all the time to build up the Super Justice Friends and begin training everybody. So it's about 9:30 now. And one thing that I have to do in terms of aesthetic is I have to go to the gym and I have to get in the best fucking shape of my life because the fucking conservatives have to get mogged. They have to be like, it has to be a clear as fucking day. Like, oh my God. Like, not only is this guy intellectually superior, he's physically superior. I have to be better than them in every single fucking metric. Rhetorically, substantively, aesthetically, in every fucking way. I have to be superior to them because I want every fucking person to vote for us. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'll probably try to wake up at like maybe like 7 or something. I want to figure out how to do live streaming mobile, where like I go to like the gym and I live stream and I can like talk to people there. I don't know how many people would even watch that or whatever, but I do want to encourage self-improvement for people because I think it's just genuinely like a good thing, you know, like it is objectively better for people to take care of themselves, and I don't know, it could be a good way to build community. But yeah. All right. Well, music, glad to have you here. For anyone else who's watching, I'm glad you stopped by, and y'all have a great night. Whoa, sorry, I just fucking baby barfed. No, y'all have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. And tomorrow, yeah, we'll stream at 12, and we're gonna finish up the Epstein doc tomorrow, or at least get through probably most of it or whatever, since we got all fucking day tomorrow. All right, good night, everybody. There we go.